Boom by Trike. Here we go. Hey, what is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Richie Rich.
And this is Cheng.
All right, Cheng, do your thing.
The shortcut version.
Okay.
First of all, good evening to everyone. Welcome to our live stream. And of course,
Damn,
this
it's
is
hot.
it is a call-in live stream, and we have a moderator here to help us with the chat. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. And this is a call-in live stream. As I previously mentioned, just dial 415-490-8030 if you're in the US, +1 if you're outside the US, Canada, and Australia. Of course, yes.
It's easy. We're not in a hurry. Seriously, we ain't in a hurry.
Of course, we are not trying to solicit some super chats and super stickers, but of course, this will be the last time we'll be calling out for some donations for Caritas Manila.
If you want
to
donate to Caritas Manila, this is the last weekend that anybody will be able to donate if you're planning on doing so. If you wanted to give to that charity, we welcome that. And this, again, as Ching said, this is the last week that we will be able to accept donations. So any donation will be appreciated.
Yes, very welcome.
And just to mention real quick, we're up to the total donations is I think $921. We're trying to reach $1,000. That would be great. But right now we're at $921. We want to say thank you to everybody who has donated. We'd really appreciate that, and we are sure that the people at Caritas will appreciate that too, and especially the victims of the typhoons that are coming up this year, because the typhoons are going to be off the hook, and they always are. So so those people greatly appreciate the rice that we will be able to donate. All right, so Cheng, kick it. What's the topic today? What are we here you go again, making jokes. All right, what's the topic today? Let's go.
So the topic is that you've got questions, we got answers. So today's episode of a live stream is
ain't that like somebody's like what do you call it? Not logo, but their slogan. Ain't that somebody's slogan? Hey, isn't that a slogan for somebody? You got questions, we got answers. Isn't that like Home Depot or something? I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But of course, again, you got questions, we got answers. And this episode for the live stream, we have here some mailbag. What you call that?
I guess like mailbag. Just all the questions that people have been asking us for like the last 30 days. We put them into a list. We're gonna answer all the questions people have been asking us for the last 30 days. If you have more questions, put them in the comments or call in. You know we love to call in. Slick Rick has put up the number. He's put up the number, and he's put up the live stream. If you want to mic up and you want to cam up and you want to jump in, you can do that too. Slick Rick has put it up. He'll put it up a couple more times if you guys want to jump in and chat. If you got questions, this is the time. Ask the questions, whether it's about us, whether it's about life out here in the Philippines, whether it's about whatever. Just call in. We love the call-ins. Those are the best ones. The call-ins or the mic-ups are kind of cool too, actually.
Yes, and regarding comments and call-ins, just be reminded that we are respectful here in this channel, and we want everybody to be respectful and be comfortable in sharing their piece here in this space.
And if you're not, then our moderator is pretty quick on the trigger, and he will pull the trigger on you. So we appreciate that. But look, before we get into the conversation, let's shout out the people who are in the house.
Of course.
Slick Rick, of course, is in the house. Kevin Benson, what's good with you, brother?
Hello, Kevin.
Who else is in the house?
Edge Addict is here.
Edge Addict is in the house.
Thank you so much.
I got to get better at doing this, right?
Yeah.
Edge is in the house. What's going
Hello
on?
there, Morris.
Mo from Bermuda is in the house. Is it Bermuda or Barbados? It's
Bermuda.
It's Bermuda, right?
Yeah,
Mo is in the house.
DC.
DC is in the house. Now, DC is actually, I believe DC is here in the Philippines, I think. If I'm not wrong.
Real?
If I'm not wrong, DC is in the Philippines.
Hi, DC.
What's going on, DC? And DC is I'll hit you after I'll talk. Okay. Okay, and Mo said, go ahead.
Hi, Rich and Cheng, catching the live stream from beginning from first.
Mo is here early, right? Mo is actually here early.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this name?
Joseph Taylor. No,
You don't, because it's a new name.
Yeah.
What's going on, Joseph Taylor?
Hello,
welcome to our
Jacob.
live stream.
Hello, Joseph. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
And I hope you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, we know you'll have a good time, and hopefully this won't be the last time you're here. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And we also have Naps. Hello, Naps.
What's up, Napoleon? What's going on, brother?
And looking forward to this.
Okay.
Yes.
Jay Witherspoon is in the house.
Hello, James.
What's cracking? All right. Mike T is in the house. It's always good to see you, Mike T.
Happy blessed Sunday, Richie and Cheng. It's Flags Day, Army's Day, President Trump's birthday, and of course, Happy Father's Day.
You know what? You robbed me. You robbed me. Because I was gonna say at the end of our shout out, I was gonna say make sure that I give a shout out to every single one of y'all cats out there who are fathers. It's our Father's Day. It's not Father's Day for y'all yet, but for me, it is Sunday and it's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all you guys.
Wait till you get your gift later.
Okay. Hey, you know what I want though? You know what I really want?
I know what you want.
You don't know.
I know what you want.
I want another one. Give me that blowjob. Come on, give me another one. Ooh, baby. Thank you. Whew, I love it. Oh, damn, I love it. Whew. Second one today.
Yes.
I can't get enough of them.
You want the third one?
Give me another blowjob. Oh. Woo, oh. Okay, we play too much.
I know.
All right, LaDan is in the house. LaDan is in the house. What's up?
Hello, LaDan.
All right. Oh, DC is in Bangkok. Sorry. Oh, okay, I'm tripping. Okay, DC is in Bangkok, but he's traveling to the Philippines.
Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Paul's in the house.
Hello, Paul.
LaDon's in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy 250th to the U.S. Army. All right, and let's see who else. Okay, I think we got to the end of that.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let's get to these questions. There's been a whole bunch of questions, and I'm sweating like a slave. I'm sweating like a slave right now. I'm telling you.
You're beside me because I'm too hot.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
all right. So, do you want to move on to the first question?
Let's get to the first question.
Okay.
And you guys remember, while we're doing this, if you have other questions, put your questions in the comments or call in with the questions. Slick Rick is going to keep putting the number up where if you guys want to call in. Slick Rick will keep putting that number up, and feel welcome to call in or put your questions in the chat or put your or what else? Or mic up, cam up, and we'll put you on.
Yes.
Okay? All right. All right. Jane, the ultimate Filipina, is in the house. What's going on, Jane? And let's see. And Jane said, I know, I'm slipping, dude. All right. And Jane said, Happy Father's Day, Rich. Jane, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Mike T.
Mike T said, Happy Father's Day, Richie, and all the fathers out there. I want to give a special shout out to everyone who's been grinding, who's been providing for your family. Salute to all the fathers and all the father figures.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We deserve a little bit of something, right?
Yes, you deserve all the good things in the world.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Let's get out.
All right. So the first question we pull out from the comments. Yeah.
Pull out?
Pull out. Pull up. Of course.
Sorry, when you say that, I get like
you get
already? So fast? Okay.
Anyway. So, hey, Rich and Cheng. Great informative video. I am an older guy, 5'4", and weigh about 220 pounds. Do you think I can find a Filipino when I get to the Philippines?
All right, and for that question, the answer is absolutely, and not just in the Philippines, but I'm a big believer that there is someone out there for everybody. I honestly believe that. But here in the Philippines, there is definitely somebody. Number one, Ching's not but 4'11" and some change.
Yeah.
There is a lot of. I think the average height is like 5 foot.
5'1".
Yeah, 5 or 5'1" in the Philippines for women. So there's definitely that it won't be an issue at all. I think I won't say it won't be an issue at all, but it won't be much of an issue. How about that?
Yeah, I think so too. And also, an average Filipino height is like 5'5" or 5'6". So you're gonna be.
So you're right.
A lot of times you're gonna be taller than a Filipina here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So hello, Chosen One. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Chosen One? What's going on? All right, question number 2. And you guys be sure if you got questions, stick them in here. This is probably going to be one of the few times we do the mailbox. I mean, our channel's not that big, but we got a plethora of questions that we've been asked over the last 30 days since our channel's growing a little bit and getting a little bit of traction. And we wanted to take time to answer some of those questions. What's the next question, Gina?
Yeah, before I ask the next question. I'm gonna add something to the answer to number one. Here in the Philippines, most of the time you're not gonna have a problem encountering, women asking for 666, 6 figures, 6 foot, and six something. What's the other six? I can't remember. They know.
They know. Yeah, they understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not really the requirement here, but you're gonna be fine. I mean, in Asia. So the second question is, what's the most trustworthy dating site expats are using in the Philippines, and where did you meet your wife, if I may ask? Okay, not the wife, but to be honest, I'm not gonna say that there's a specific dating site that we specifically recommend, but I think that whatever dating site you use is you still have to vet carefully.
I would never recommend a dating site. I know that we've been sponsored by a particular dating service, but I think in the end, I won't say they're all the same because I don't think they're all the same. But if you don't vet carefully, you're gonna get roasted. You're gonna get cooked if you don't vet carefully. It does not matter what dating site or service you use. You will have to vet carefully. Period. So I wouldn't recommend one or the other. We met on Filipino Cupid.
Yeah.
That's how we met on Filipino Cupid. But believe me when I tell you, there were hundreds of profiles to sort through before we met. So you just have to vet carefully, and 30 to 40% of those, or 50% of those, are asking for money. The other ones want something from you. You're gonna have to vet carefully no matter what dating site you go on. So that's that.
Yeah, and in addition to what Rich said, I think one suggestion that I could personally say is that when you're thinking of heading here to the Philippines a month prior to your arrival, I think that's the best time when you can go to a dating site, meet a few women, and then when you come here, that we call it boots on the ground, then you have people to meet, and then from there you start the vetting process.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, quick shout out to a couple of people in the house.
Hello.
Traveler is in the house.
Hello, Traveler. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, welcome to the channel, Traveler. Welcome to our live stream. We appreciate you
for
being
joining
here.
us. Yes, been married for 46
Ooh,
years.
Goodness.
Wow. 5 kids, 12 grandkids. It's good to see fathers having a good day. Life is good.
Life is definitely good. Traveler, if you could share with us your secret. Give me one secret to staying married for 46 years. Give us that secret. Share that with us. I'm going to venture to guess that the majority of the guys in this channel are single men. Share us, if you got one secret that you can share with us. How do you stay married for 46 years? I'd love to see that.
Yes.
All right. What's that? Chosen one.
One. You guys met online. The hypocrisy.
No hypocrisy. No, we've always been very straight up and said, look, you can meet online, you can meet boots on the ground, you can meet at the mall, but no matter what, you're going to have to vet carefully. No matter where you meet or how you meet, you have to vet carefully, period, and choose wisely, or else.
Pick me.
Girl in the gray shirt.
Yeah, we met online, and then 2 days after meeting online, we immediately, is it 2 days or a day after, we met right away, because we don't want to, you just meet and then face to face immediately, because we both want to, time is the most valuable commodity we have. And we don't want to
speak for myself. For sure.
And we don't want to waste time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we met immediately.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. So just in case you just got in to our live stream, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and Slick here put up the number on the chat, and also the StreamYard link.
And Traveler said he just found a good woman, right? And I think that's probably half the battle, is vetting carefully. You find a good woman, and once you recognize the good woman, you have to make sure you're the good man, right? You have to make sure you're the good man, worthy of that good woman, and vice. And when you put two together, I think hopefully it works.
Okay, so Chosen One said, I'm single.
Okay.
Thank you. Chosen One said, I'm single, just not in the physical form.
Got you. Okay. All right.
All right. So official EJ Wade. Hello, official EJ Wade.
What's up, EJ Wade?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I heard Filipinas hate beards, but I love my beard. I think a lot of Filipinas don't dislike or hate is such a strong word, but we don't dislike. I heard it from you. But I don't think a lot of Filipinas hate the beard. I think a lot of Filipinas think that it's ticklish. You know, we get, yeah.
They're just not used to facial hair. Most Filipino men do not have facial hair, and they're just not
clean.
used to it.
And believe me when I tell you, when you have the beard, they will like keep touching the
they're just not used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So DC said, just like we are looking for something, they are looking for something.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Mr. is in the house.
My Filipina loved my beard.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's going to be different. I just think there is something they're just not used to here. Right. It's just something they're not used to. And Chosen One said he's trying to call. Didn't we have a problem last time? Was it Chosen One?
I'm not really sure. No. It wasn't. I think it was Big Al.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phone's on, and you should be able to get through easy, Chosen One.
Yep.
Yeah. Slick Rick, if you'll put that number up again, so Chosen One can remember it. You don't need a plus. You don't need a +1 if you're in Canada or the United States. Just call the number.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. In the meantime,
let's have Mac Eastlands from the Philippines to America. Hello, thank you for joining us on our live stream. If you have problems talking to women in the States, you will have problems talking to women in the Philippines.
I agree with that. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Because you just have to be you, and I mean, you really just have to have some social skills. That's it. Have some social skills. Don't be weird. Don't be really socially awkward. And I don't know why it would go to voicemail. It's on. It's absolutely on, and it doesn't say voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure why.
Sure. But anyway, just adding to what you said about if you have problems talking to women in your home country, then definitely you will still have the same problem here in the Philippines. I also think so, because if at home you don't have that confidence to talk to women, then what will change when you come back here? The same confidence level is what you have.
It is about confidence and knowing who you are and feeling good about who you are and all of that.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I agree with that. And thank Mick Eastlands. We're just gonna say Mick Eastlands. That's a new name as far as I know, right?
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. So John Franklin, thank you for joining us on our live stream. Confused, totally different cultures, and U.S. modernization versus developing country.
Right. I mean, it is different.
It is different, and of course, you will need a lot of adjustments when you build a relationship when you come up with a cross-cultural relationship. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments. So Mr. said, I'm okay. I'm still bald and black, just out here getting this money.
That's what we that's what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So thank you, Slick Rick, for posting the call-in number on the chat box. So it's here, 415-490-8030.
Chosen One said it's going to voicemail. It should not go to voicemail. And I'm not sure why it does. But everything it looks like it's right. So I'm not sure why. Maybe somebody else can try calling in and see if see that works. We got it set up, so it should be all good.
Yeah,
it should be all good. It might be just Chosen One. It could be us. I'm not sure. But let's hopefully somebody else will call in and reach us and give us their take, and we can see if that works out. Okay. All right, now let's keep cracking.
All right. Traveler said, my last visit to the Philippines was in 1978.
Ooh,
I'm hoping to visit with my youngest daughter within the next 18 months.
Oh, that'll be a heck of a trip. That'll be a heck of a trip.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay. So voicemail, but I have no voicemail. I mean, I'm sorry, I have voicemail, but I don't have any signal or thing that says voicemail. Yeah, I got another call, so it's working. It is definitely working. I'm not sure what's happening for Chosen One, but let's take this call.
All right.
KB in the house, already recognized. What's going on with you, KB?
What's happening, fella?
Hello.
What's going on with you, brother? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thanks, man. What's your take? What you got for us, bro?
No, I was just calling to see if the number was working.
Yeah.
Checking on it.
We appreciate you.
Thank
Actually,
you.
and yeah, I was wondering if maybe it's something that's going on with our phone, but I think it might be on Chosen One's end, and hopefully we can get that fixed.
Yes.
But hey, how you doing this morning on Father's Day, bro? On our Father's Day.
Your Father's Day, our evening. I'm smoking tonight. We
that's
got ribs on the smoker.
that's how it should be, brother. Enjoy those ribs. Have a drink for me, and we'll see you next time. And you know how to get to me off the air because we chat all the time. So thanks for calling in and helping us out, brother.
All right, brother. No problem.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day.
All right, cool. So
All
it is
right.
working. We're not sure what's happening with that Chosen One.
Mhm.
And again, if you're in the U.S. or in Canada, you do not need the +1. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah. All right. So.
All right, and so Morris, Chosen One, the number is a WhatsApp call in, and that might be the issue. That is true, but you should be able to reach. Could be it. That could be it too. Okay. Okay.
All right. So Paul said the change is Philippines will talk back to you, not insult you. My opinion.
Yeah, I think I think that's a big deal. A Filipino woman is never going to embarrass you or talk back to you in public. She's never going to try to. Even if you guys have your disagreements, it's always going to be behind closed doors. It's not, and she's still not going to talk crazy to you, insult you, put hands on you, or any of the stuff that happen on the East Coast or in the West. Okay.
Yeah. So. All right. So official EJ Wade asked Mr. Have you found it easy working online from the Philippines? Okay.
All right. So
okay. So that's their little conversation.
Right. So yeah, and so I think that is the problem is that it's a WhatsApp, so you have to have WhatsApp to be able to call it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So while we have a break in the action, let's get to the second question.
Yes, actually the third question.
Okay. The third question.
Right.
What is it?
Okay, Richard Rich, this is directed to you.
Okay.
Can I ask something?
Go.
Is it true that Black Americans have a big banana? Just curious, because I have a Black American boyfriend.
You know what? I don't know I don't know. I can't speak for other dudes because I'm not looking at other dudes' junk. I just know what my junk looks like, and thank God, God has been good to me. But I can't vouch for everybody else in their junk, and I'll leave it at that.
Maybe you could ask your Black American boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. If your boyfriend is Black, then I guess you would know more than I would know, right? God's been good to me, and I thank Him for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So maybe they haven't met in person. That's why.
I guess okay. Maybe that makes sense. That makes sense, right? But I mean, you could still find out.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still ways to find out.
Why ask him?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's ways to find out, right? Anyway, okay. Next question.
Anyway, so number 4, is it true that a lot of Filipinas watch a lot of adult content? Oh,
you're the Filipino.
I heard.
Okay, you heard.
I heard that a lot of Filipinas wouldn't say that they're watching adult content, but for sure, Filipinos are at least in the top 5 consumers of corn.
Yes, it is absolutely true. It's been verified that there's a lot of corn consumption here in the Philippines by women and men. Believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that. Okay.
But
next
of
question.
course, they wouldn't say it up front.
They're not. Yeah. It's like
what? I'm not.
I would never do that.
I'm not watching. What are
exactly.
you?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Anyway.
Corn
Corn.
hub.
What's that?
Yeah. Corn hub. Right. Anyway, next. Go.
Next. Hey, Rich. Where do older women tend to be? Are there businesses or organizations that cater to older people there, or you just meet anywhere? Let me answer. Yeah. So this is just my observation. If you want like older Filipinas, let's say for example 50, 45, 50 and above, then every Sunday or every weekend, normally here in in spaces like for example Rockwell or Ayala, they close the streets and do some exercises.
Like we just did that.
We did.
That's for old folks.
You saw some old folks earlier.
Know,
a lot of old folks.
Yeah.
But also in malls, before the mall opens, they usually have a Zumba session. So whenever there's a Zumba session, there are older ladies there. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
But of course, if you want some fit women, of course, they're exercising. So that's one.
So in short,
In malls, you can go to malls. You can go to weekend exercise. You know, areas where they exercise, where a lot of people exercise, do Zumba and do running activities.
so look for places where there's Zumba sessions.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
That's the first stop.
Okay, next one.
The next one. Okay. All right. So, hey, just hey, no Rich, no Cheng. Hey, I am in Cebu now. Any advice?
Yeah, enjoy yourself. Next question. Next question.
Just
yeah.
like I know.
Come on,
What's
come on.
that?
Let's get the show going.
All
Yeah,
right,
keep
all right.
cooking. Yeah. let's go.
All right.
Yeah,
So
enjoy yourself. Have a drink.
enjoy.
Yeah. Get out. Go to the beach.
Rick James.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Hello, Rich and Cheng. Did you ever got stuck in an argument where you realize you're both just seeing things differently?
That happens a lot, actually.
Mm.
I think, and I don't know about the argument part, but I mean, it happens a lot. I think we see things differently. I think, I think that happens. That's going to happen, especially when you're in a cross cultural relationship. I think you see things differently because I think sometimes it will be their first time looking at things from a different point of view.
Yes.
And vice versa too, a lot of times actually.
Yeah. So looking at it at a different angle. You're
Right.
seeing it, and then you think that this is right. But of course, this is where you need to listen to each other's point of view. So you'll understand each other better.
I'll agree with that. Okay, next question. Let's go.
All right. Next
We're
question.
gonna try to get all these questions out of the way, at least, or most of these questions out of the way. And again, if you guys have questions, put them in here or call in. Whatever it is, put it in or call in. Let's go. Next question.
Yes, next question. All right. So, hey, Rich, be honest. Was there ever a point where you wondered about Cheng's intentions if it was about money?
No, never, not even not even a split, not even a millisecond have I ever worried about her intentions. Because I'm not the dude who comes in and I just trust everybody. I'm not that dude. I trust, I verify. I'll allow you a chance to hang yourself. I'll allow you. I'm listening to everything you say. I'm watching everything you do. And she has never shown me any other intention of her, that her intentions are very pure. She's never, to this moment, she's never asked me for a single dollar ever. She has her own money. She has her own job. She has her own everything. Never. There's never been a moment where I doubted her intentions at all.
Thank
and
you.
I say that without any hesitation whatsoever.
Yeah, you had to like trick me trick me to go to the mall. You remember
what are you talking about? I didn't trick you to do that.
No.
What are you talking about?
We went to the mall the other time, and then, hey, let's go to the mall. I need to buy X, Y, and Z.
See, you gotta tell it. Your story.
Okay, there's
tell
one.
the
Okay,
story
all
though.
right.
You talking? If you say
You want the
I had
short
to trick
version?
you,
You
give me, always give
okay,
it short. But
short
if you say
version.
I had to trick you, people are gonna think I'm tricking you. You got.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
hey, don't do that.
Don't do
no
that.
More,
yeah.
No more singing.
No
right?
more.
No
No more.
No more copyright.
All right.
So what he's trying to say is just to get me to allow me to buy her a pair of shoes. I had to trick her to go to the mall because she wouldn't even let me buy her a pair of shoes. So I had to fake like I needed something from the mall in order for us to go to the mall and let me buy her a pair of shoes. That's the short version of it, right? We got to do better about explaining and telling stories. All right, let's go to the next question. Yeah,
because the shoes is already talking.
Yeah, her old shoes. Whew.
I told you I'm gonna.
My old shoes.
My old shoes were already talking,
right.
talking to me.
Okay.
Okay. So number 9. So Rich, it's all about you, huh?
I doubt it.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
There'll be a lot of chain questions.
All right. Rich, have you had to use the healthcare system there in the Philippines? How was that?
You got some wood? We have some wood to knock on.
Okay, there.
Yeah, hold on. No, I've never had to use the healthcare system here. I hope I'll never have to. If I have to, it'll be okay. But I hope I'll never have to. That's the short answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But of course, I think that's something that you need to consider when you find a place to live in. I think that's one, especially when you get older. That's also my consideration, that I have to be near a hospital. I have to be near some wet market or grocery, so I won't have a hard time going, especially when you have like an older partner for some guys over there. So yeah, I think it will be easier for you.
Yeah, I think it's really important when you come over here. You need to be, especially if you're an older gentleman, you need to be near a hospital. Remember, they don't have defibrillators in the ambulances, and a lot of the ambulances here. So you need to be very close to a hospital. It literally could be a matter of life or death.
Yeah, and in theory, I really want to live personally in the province, but my consideration always is the hospital. So
Excellent. Okay, next question.
next question. So what's the deal with visas? Is it a pain or not too bad?
It's not a pain at all. It's not a pain, and they make it pretty easy. Dang, I'm serious. I'm sweating like a slave. Okay. The visa process is really easy. You just need to go to one of the BOIs. There's a few of them around here in Manila, anyways. There's a few of them around. If you go to the North, what is it?
SM North EDSA.
SM North EDSA. That is the quickest one. Your visa will be, as long as everything is good to go, your visa will be processed in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It is very quick and very easy to do.
Yeah, and the staff are very friendly.
And they are pretty friendly. Just make sure you dress properly. Don't wear shorts to the visa office.
Yes.
To the BOI. Don't wear shorts. Wear pants. Don't wear shorts.
Yeah, dress appropriately.
Yes, you need to dress appropriately. Show respect.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, if you do wear shorts, a lot of times they will kick you out. Just be aware. They will kick you out and they will not process your visa until you come back dressed appropriately. So keep that in mind. Next question.
Next question. Have you been somewhere in the Philippines where you thought, yeah, this ain't for me?
Not yet. I don't think so.
I have one in mind.
Where?
You mentioned.
Where?
When you went to the red light district at Tibur.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah, the red light district in Makati.
Yeah.
But we didn't go there. We were just
walking.
Where we were, because where were we? Where were we going?
We're walking and talking, and you said
we were doing the walk and talk.
Yeah, we just want to people watch.
Yeah, and we kind of got caught up in the red light district, and it's just not my thing. I mean, I understand if you're looking for excitement, if you're a young buck, or even if you're somebody my age, you're looking for excitement. If that's what you like, then that's what you like. But it's not for me. I could see when I was younger though. I could see how I might have dug it. You know, I might have liked that. You know, going to the clubs and the young cute girls and whatever, all of that, the drinking. I could see how it would be fun, but it just not really for me. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, I think. And when you reach a specific age or a certain age, I think the noise gets into you. I mean, I'm a little pissy when it's too noisy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, but I think some people come to the Philippines for that. Yeah, and so I get why some people do. It's just not for me though. It's just not for me. Next question.
Yeah. Next question. All right, Rich. How do you find good people to hang with as a foreigner?
Hey, you know what? That's the $1 million question, bro. That is the $1 million question. It is not easy. It's not easy because I could go into that's the $1 million question. I'll leave it at that. It is difficult to find people to hang out with. It's not easy because number one, you got to get people who are like you or who you can dig and you have things in common. And then personality, it's not easy. I'll just leave it at that.
Pick me.
Cheng.
I have a suggestion about where to find good people to hang out with, or maybe you can start vetting that. So number one is every weekend when you go to places where you can exercise, there are a lot of expats. For example, here in Makati, they shut down.
Whoa, slow down.
Okay.
But let's get to the point.
All right.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Slow down, sweetie.
All right. So in Makati, on weekends they shut down the road, and then there are a lot of expats who are going there to exercise. A good group of expats, a number. So you can start from there. And then also, I noticed that there are a lot of expats who hang out at coffee shops, especially whether there are Sunday groups or weekend groups. I don't know. If you live in a community, you join the Facebook community near your area, and maybe you can hang out and feel the vibe. If you're feeling the vibe, then you have.
I mean, it's not like there's not places to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
There are places to meet people. For me, I'm picky about, I mean, as you get older, you get more picky about the people you put yourself around.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be around people who want to bitch, whine, and moan about life in the Philippines, but they still want to be in the Philippines and they don't want to go back home. I want to be around people who are go-getters. I want to be around people who are positive, and that limits the amount of people you can be around.
Yeah, and also when you choose a place to find people, then definitely you get specific people, or you meet specific people. For example, you meet people in the bar.
I agree.
You likely meet people who like to drink.
I agree. Okay, next question.
All right. So next question. Good day, Rich and Cheng. Is the paradise life really what is cracked up to be, or is that just the hype?
I don't know. I like it. I mean, and I don't know that it's paradise. I don't know that it's paradise. I think everybody has their own idea of what happiness is to them. I mean, for me, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I like my job. I like making videos with Ching. I enjoy life. And if I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't do it. It's just that simple.
I think it's a matter of how you look at things. If you look at things positively, then it could be paradise to you. But if you look at the Philippines negatively, you only see the bad things, then it will be like a hell to you. It's how you look at things.
I just think it's how you look at life. I love it. I mean, when I walk outside, I get up in the morning and I go out on my balcony. I can see the mountains in Rizal. I can see the whole city of Makati and Mandaluyong. It's a beautiful view. I think in one of our last videos, we got to share some of that view with you guys. It's a good life for me. I mean, it may not be for everybody, but it's a great life for me.
Yeah.
Real quick before we jump to the next question, let's get into the comments real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Maury said, "Have a good Father's Day, Traveler 444." Thank you,
Thanks
Traveler.
for joining us, Traveler. We
Thank you
appreciate
for joining us.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, everyone, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and the notification button if you haven't already.
Thumbs up if you haven't already.
Yes, and don't worry, you'll 99% likely to be able to accommodate the banana, according to Paul Creed.
There you go.
All
right. Okay. Okay. So Slick Rick said,
the Philippines is the corn capital.
That's what I've heard, and I've heard it in many places. I've read that and heard that. So there's truth to it. They like it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Mr. said, my Filipina ex wanted to know that answer. She found out every day. Let's just say once she popped, she just couldn't stop, just like Pringles. Yeah.
Right.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
I think that's the whole
point. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Hello. Okay. So DC said, black men are human beings, so our length ranges like bananas.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Again, I can only speak for me, and thank God. But some other people commenting, so I'm not sure where the question came from. But yeah. Okay.
Yep. So just to check, Filipina's browsing history looking for corn that she claims she never watched.
Exactly. I mean, you might get the tee hee hee and all that, and the kiki in and all that stuff, but believe me, behind closed doors, they're looking at all the corn that yeah. I mean, they're high level consumers of corn. Period. Yeah.
According to Kevin Benson, life in the Philippines, in my observations, is a carb-heavy life. Rice and corn.
Exactly. Right. Rice. Yeah. Exactly. Good call, Kevin. Good call on that one.
That's a good one. Mr. said, I talked to my Filipina extensively about sex and corn before we ever even saw each other naked. I know she likes watching mixed gender naked wrestling corn, so I had to work on my wrestling moves.
Word? Naked wrestling corn.
Honey.
Okay. People into different stuff. Okay.
I just remember the word wrestling. We do jiu-jitsu literally. You lock my head. Now, how do you escape this? You teach me defense, what do you call that? Martial arts.
Right. All right.
Yeah, you teach me. How do you escape this? You taught me. And it's a constant, it's a constant thing.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Next comment.
Ahmed Rama, hello. Welcome to our live stream.
What's up, Ahmed?
Huh? Hi, is Manila City very safe to visit? Depends on where you are in Manila. Of course, you need to be very, very attentive because there are pickpockets, especially in crowded cities, but you have to pay attention. But generally, I think it is safe.
Be diligent, be vigilant wherever you go. Don't flash. Don't be flashing. Don't be trying to run around with a whole bunch of bling on. Uh, Outside of that, I've never ever had any problem with any kind of violent crime. I hear that it does happen, but it generally happens to people of different persuasions, I'd say. People who look like potential targets, and especially, I'm going to say this, there's truth to it. Don't get mad at me. It happens to a lot of Asian people, a lot of people from Korea. I say Asian people, but people from Asian foreigners is the best way to say it. Happens to a lot of people from Korea, from Japan, from China. It happens to them especially, but it does happen to the Westerners too. But be diligent, be vigilant when you come out here, and I think you'll be fine. Right?
Yeah, just don't be a walking target.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Ahmed. Hope that's not the last time you put a comment on here. Right?
Yes. So Paul said, I trusted, and you know what happened to me.
Yeah, Paul. You know, yes. Yes. Yeah. So what do we learn from that, Paul? Because I mean, I think yours is a great case. We know what happened to you. I think yours is a great case. And yours would be a great kind of what do you call that? A great test case or whatever that we could use as an example. Is that maybe it's not you whether or not you trust, but it's who you trust sometimes. So I think you just have to be careful. You have to be smart and pick the right people to be around out here. Because there are people that are trying to get in your pockets. It's just that simple. And you can't be trusting the wrong people.
I mean,
vet carefully.
Yeah, there are a lot of kind people here. But of course, if they're too good to be true, like too kind and too friendly, then those are the people that you really want to avoid.
And I would take this one step further and say, look, if you're hanging out with bar girls and women of the night, then I mean, what do you think is and I'm not talking about you in particular, but I'm saying you have to choose your company wisely. If you're hanging out with bar girls, you're hanging out with women of the night, you're hanging out with what do you call freelancers. Look, I mean, there are people. I mean, those people have they're doing certain things. You have to be smart about the people you hang out with, whoever you are, and you got to vet carefully.
Yeah. Even if it's just friends, you still have to vet your friends.
Absolutely.
If you want a girlfriend, definitely you have to vet your potential girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, Alan retired in the Philippines. Happy Father's Day and no King's Day.
No King's Day. I know you don't know what that means, but we know what it means. We know what it means. And happy Father's Day to you, Alan. Appreciate that. You know, I got put up on game over the weekend about no King's Day. Here, we're gonna put you up on game, King. Don't worry. Today is President Trump's birthday, and he is having today. President Trump. I guess it's actually officially tomorrow. He's having a parade, a military parade, which is the first time that I can remember a military parade in our country, and at least as long as I've been born, which I don't think he deserves. And yes, you guys know we've talked about this before. I'm not going to bash President Trump, but I just don't feel good about what he's doing with our country. I'm not going to bash him. I'll leave it at that. It's not a political channel. But no King's Day. I'm so down with that, and I'm down with the cause. I'm down with that cause. I don't feel good about all the stuff he's doing. Some stuff, but most of the stuff, closest thing to a dictatorship in my mind that I've seen since I've been born. So, so thank you for bringing that out, and happy Father's Day to you, Alan.
So, hello, what's up, peoples? Thank you, Luckway Rhodes, for joining us on our live stream.
What's up, Luckway?
And Christopher Michael. Hello, Christopher. How are you?
Christopher. All right, let's get that out. Right.
Christopher,
right.
God bless.
What's going on?
I think I'm sorry, we just need to acknowledge someone.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Please.
Let's get to that.
All right. So, let's have back to the Philippines. Thank you so much for your super chat. Richie Archeng, are there any fun things to do in Quezon City? Myself and my kuya will be in that area a few days later this year.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to.
So,
'cause I don't know.
in Quezon City, there are two cool places to hang out. We have the Quezon Memorial Circle, where it's a cool walk and talk or jog around. And then another thing is the La Mesa Eco Park. So
Oh,
it's like a trail. It's a yeah, it's an eco park. It's a dam where you can. It's a cool place to hang out, especially
what do you
if
do there?
you jog, you do trail walking
Okay.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you would have to do that because I don't know. I don't know nothing about Quezon
And there are a
City.
lot of malls if you want to walk around in the cool AC joint. So there are a lot of malls in Quezon City.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then Christopher Michael, thank you very much
Thank you
for
so
the
much for your
super chat. We
super chat.
appreciate that as
Thank
well.
you. Yeah.
Right. A quick reminder: this is the last weekend. If you want to donate to Caritas Manila, if you want to donate, again, we are donating rice, a whole bunch of rice, a lot of rice, and that rice is going to go to the victims of typhoons. This is typhoon season from June to November.
Yes.
From June to November, we're donating rice. We're not donating money. Any money that you give us will not be given to them. It will be given to our.
We're going to buy rice.
Yeah, we're buying rice. So don't worry, it is not going to be given to them in the form of money. They're going to get rice, and so we just feel better about them being able to use rice than us giving them money directly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
so please, if you want to donate, this is the last weekend. We always appreciate it, and the charity, our charity, will definitely appreciate it as well. Let's get to the next question.
Mm-hmm. So next we have Paul Creed. Paul Creed said, other than Spartan runs, do y'all play any sports?
Do I do any sports? I hike. I hike as much as possible. I run and I get in the gym. I get in the gym about 5 times a week, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. But I'm definitely into Spartan racing.
Yeah, Spartan racing, yoga, and yeah. But also during my vacant period in school, me and my colleagues like play. They teach me to play pickleball. It's a growing thing.
I always wanted to play pickleball.
Yeah,
Pickleball is big in the U.S. right now.
yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's hang. I'll call my colleagues.
Got it. Okay, next.
Yeah. All right. So we have Paul said, I lived there for 3 months and liked all the people walking around, but not buy candy. That's what Paul said.
Okay, all right, fair
Mhm.
enough. All right, hold on.
Mhm.
Where we
Back
missed
up.
that?
Back. Yeah. Back up. Okay. There you go.
All right, you get me
There.
skipping around. Okay.
No, I read that
Okay,
already.
cool.
Okay. There. All right. So I
Right.
lived there for 3 months and I liked all the people walking around, but not buy candy.
Yeah, again, the comment was not necessarily directed towards you, Paul, but I think a
In
big part
general.
of in general, you just have to be careful who you trust here and understand. I keep jostling the camera around and understand that there's a lot of people here that are good people, but there's also a lot of people here who are trying to get into your pockets.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. They see you, whether you like it or not, as an ATM, and unfortunately, we you know we help them to do that. We perpetuate that by giving them money, by giving people money. And so that makes it worse. Every time we give them money, it makes it worse for the other people around us because we make them believe that we're ATMs and that's how they treat us.
Yeah.
Right. So, again, not necessarily directed towards you, but just vet carefully, whoever you are and wherever you are. Okay.
Yeah. And here in the Philippines, automatically when a local person see you, they automatically think you have money.
Exactly. Quick shout out to Bruce who's in the house.
Hello, Bruce.
What's
Thank
going
you
on,
for
Bruce?
joining us.
Okay.
And yeah, so Paul said, coffee shop owner and the nurse and their Western friend did this to me.
Very carefully, not just the local people who are trying to jack you, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Laquay said, how much say so does a Filipina's family have in your relationship, especially in a Filipino Western relationship?
You can answer that.
I think they can just give comments to me, but of course, as the Filipina, I will always be protective of my Western partner, and I will
I think he's making a generalization.
Yeah, a generalization. Like for example, a lot of times Filipina families would give opinions about your relationship, suggestions. You should do this, this, and this. But at the end of the day, it is the Filipinas, role to protect the relationship from their family members.
I think the family has a lot of say so. In short, family members have a lot of say so in your relationship. She is going to listen to her family, whether you like it or not. Hopefully, you pick somebody who's strong enough that she's still going to do her own thing. She protects you, and make sure she takes care of you. But they have a lot of say so in her thinking that she cares a lot about what they have to say.
Yeah,
believe me, believe me. Okay, next, Juggy's in the house. What's up, Juggy? Welcome back.
Juggy said, "Are Christian Filipina open to a sister-wife situation? Maybe more Muslim areas?"
You know what? Sure. I'm not sure, Juggy.
I'm not sure either.
Mindanao would probably be the place to ask that question, because there's more Muslims down there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I couldn't answer that question. Honestly. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Me either. Sorry, Juggy. All right. So, Slick Rick said some of those people literally money grows on trees. Some of those people literally think money grows on trees.
Oh, we're getting better. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, because it's easy money, and all they have to do is ask.
Is do this, and you give them money.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they think we're ATMs? It worked once. Why won't it work with the next foreigner? Right? So the thing is, people think they're doing something good. It makes them feel like they're doing something good. But as almost every Filipino content creator will tell you, and us will tell you the same thing, you are doing yourself and every other foreigner a disservice every time you give local people money. Yeah. Every time you do that, you're making them believe that we are walking ATMs, and it does them and it does us a disservice.
Yes. And yeah, I just don't feel like giving money, especially when I see you have both your limbs, you're able to work.
I work hard for my money.
Yeah, I know. Me too. So Paul said, "Forgot to mention, I miss hanging out with you guys."
We miss you, Paul. Next time we see you, and we might be down in your area pretty soon. Pretty soon, we are going to be taking a trip this week, but I'm not going to say where the trip is because we're going to be filming part of that trip. So, but we miss you too, Paul, and hopefully you're doing good down there where you are.
I hope you're enjoying your time there. All right. So, Slick Rick said some of those people literally think that money grows on trees. Yes.
Oh, who's it?
Wang dang sweet puntang. What up, gang?
What's up, Big Boss?
Hello, Big Boss. Thank you so much for joining us. This woman aren't Christian, according to LaQuay Rose.
Yeah. I mean, I think they have different ideas, might have different ideas than some people of what a Christian is or does. But listen, I'll say this, and I don't often try to defend people here, but I'll say this. If you're in survival mode, and some people feel like they are in survival mode, I promise you're going to do whatever you need to do. You're going to do whatever it takes to get money and survive. And if that means that you'll beg, or if that means you'll give X, Y, or Z to get what you need, you're going to do it. And I would too. And that's all I'll say about that.
And I think it's just a name, the name Christian Filipina. Is it a requirement for Filipinos to be Christians?
You know, I don't know, but I don't even want to comment on that channel or that app or whatever. I just think people are. I bet the same women that are on that app are on different apps and other apps. They're trying to get money. It's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game, and someone is going to give them money. And the question is, who's going to give them money? Are you going to be the sucker who gives them money? Because that's how they're looking at you.
Yeah,
is a sucker. They're not trying to give anything to earn that money, or it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's what I'll say about that, right?
Yep.
All
right. So Christopher Michael said, honestly, the mentality of the Filipina is very similar to the Caribbean women when it comes to caring for their family, culture, and taking care of their man.
I've heard that actually. I've heard that Caribbean women are really good they're very family oriented and really good at taking care of the men. And I respect that. I respect any culture that puts their family first. I really do. Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. So
let's welcome Novel in the house.
Hi, Novel. Thank you for joining us. Glad you made it.
All right. And of course, Big Boss, welcome.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Big Boss says he's out on the jet enjoying a cigar and coffee and a sweet new mug from his daughter. All right.
Happy Father's Day, Big Boss.
Excellent. All right. Let's get, while we got a chance, let's get to the next question. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Okay. So, just a curious question. How do locals treat you as a black man in the Philippines? Any different from how they treat white guys?
I don't think so at all. Not that I've noticed. I think if you act like if you give respect, I think here you're going to get respect. You treat people with dignity, they're going to do the same. And I've not noticed a difference. I don't think people treat me any different than they would anybody of any other color. And that's just me being real. It's not me simping or me, nothing like that. It's just, I think that's how they treat me.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Darcy's in the house. Darcy, what's up, my brother?
Hello, Darcy.
And would this be a new name?
Yes.
All right.
Emil Wimgo.
Werngo. I think there's an R in there.
I'm sorry.
So Emil Werngo.
I'm squinting.
You okay? You gonna be all right?
Yeah. Emil Werngo. Thank you.
All right. And you know you have this right here that could probably help you out a lot. Right? You can
a great idea.
You can pick that up. You can actually pick that up, put it close to your face, and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, thank you. Emil Werngo said, so the best way to meet Pinay is to go there.
I think so. I think you can meet people online, but it's never going to be the same as what it's like when you come here and you meet that person in person.
Yeah.
That's my own opinion. Right?
Yes.
And welcome to our channel. Welcome to our live stream, Emil. We appreciate you. Keep the comments coming. Don't be shy about calling in. Don't be shy about micing up if you want to mic up and you want to video chat. Call in with your questions. Or leave a comment with your questions. Give us your questions, right? Yeah. Let's get to the next question.
The next question is, do people stare when you and Cheng are out together?
No. What do they? Do they stare?
I think so.
Really?
This is what I notice. This is what I notice when people are walking towards us. They look at me, they look at you, and then they look back at me.
But does that answer the question? The question is, do people stare?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They definitely look at us because they're curious about our relationship. But I think I'm way more aware about our surroundings than you are. No offense to you, but I'm always, my head is on the swivel. I don't see people staring at all. In China, people stared. People literally stared all the time. But here, people don't stare. They don't stare, but they will look at you. And because they're curious, they're naturally curious. But as far as staring to where you feel uncomfortable or it's rude, no, I've never seen that.
Okay. So
next.
So next is, sorry, I lost. So Alan retired in the Philippines said, I only give money to those that clearly has a disability or elderly. You learn quickly who really needs help.
I agree with you, Alan. And I have my own thing about giving. Like there's that blind lady, you know, who's clearly blind. I give money to that lady because she's blind, and I know how is she going to have a job? She's not going to have a job. I'm cool giving money to that lady. I'm cool with giving money to the violin man. There's a man who stands outside of Mega Mall and he fakes like he's playing the violin.
And he's passionate about it.
He spends hours there. I'm giving money to that dude because I appreciate his hustle, right? He's not really doing anything, but he's earning it. He's out there. I mean, he's so passionate. He pretends he's playing the violin.
He's so out of tune.
And there's a song playing.
Yeah, he's singing out of tune.
I mean, but he's hustling. And I appreciate that. At least he's earning his money.
Yeah, and to me, it's entertaining.
Yeah, he's entertaining me. I got mad love for people like that. He's out there grinding and hustling. I'll give him some money for that. But for you to walk up to me with your hand out like I'm supposed to give you money, miss me with all of that.
Yeah.
All right.
So Big Boss said, always be nice. Then you have an excuse to whip that ass if you need to.
Right. I'm always on the nice side because I try to remember I'm a guest here in this country. So definitely I always try to be nice and on my best behavior always.
Yep.
Right. Emil said, "What's the number?"
The number
posted the number right there for you.
Thank you so much, Slick Rick.
Slick Rick is always on the ball, always right there on the ball. So we appreciate that. So there's the number for you, Emil. Definitely call in. We absolutely love having you in.
All right. So, Fantasy Novel said they stare, wondering how she got that handsome guy.
Appreciate you, Nava. Appreciate you, bro.
Of course.
That's my dude, right? That's my dude. Right. All right. And Slick Rick provided the number. If you want to mic up and cam up, here's the link. You can also grab this link, mic up, cam up, and this will give you the link to our live stream. We'd love to have you in here. And if you got questions, definitely we'd love to have you in here with a question.
Yes. So Chi Town, hello Chi Town. Hello Chi Town. Chi Town. Yes. Hello from Chicago. How is my favorite couple? Doing good. They are protesting all over America. Any protesting there?
Get them. No, because people don't give a damn about Donald Trump over here. But look, you know what? Look, you guys don't crucify me. We talked about this in a live stream a few months ago. This is not a political channel. I'm not going to make it a political channel. I just don't agree with a lot of stuff he's doing. I think it's probably going to be unanimous or close to it. I'm not going to crucify Donald Trump on this channel, but I just don't feel good about what he's doing. I'll leave it at that. All right, we got a call, and this is Emil calling in. And here, let's get him on here. Emil, what's going on with you, brother? All right, we got a call. This is Emil calling in. Exactly. Here,
all right, so Emil. Yeah, Emil.
I'm doing great, Richie and Ken.
Exactly.
Hi, Emil. Can you just lower your YouTube volume for us, please, so we can hear you clearly? Thank you.
Let's see.
Hi, Emil.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Thank
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you fine. There you go. There you go. Yeah. What do you got?
That's perfect.
What do you got for us, brother?
Hey, I enjoy the show, man.
Thank you.
I've been a supporter of the channel for a while. I told you last time. Yeah, I was supposed to be in the Philippines. Something
That's right.
happened. So I booked a flight this time for October 1st.
Awesome. Okay. So we're gonna.
I booked the flight. With all the funny stuff going on right now.
Right.
I'm gonna be in touch with the Philippines embassy.
Mhm.
To discuss visa issues. I'll
Right,
also discuss with my staff that I'm traveling out of the country.
Right.
Then I also intend to write a letter to DHS or ICE, to get some, maybe it's just some advance clearance.
Yeah, brother, be careful. Be careful, bro.
I want to make sure that they get cleared before October.
Right.
And,
yeah, you want everything squared away before you leave. You might want to make sure everything is squared away. Be careful, bro. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I'm glad to hear that you're coming back out here. I'll be looking forward to meeting you when you get here. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, in terms of questions, well, I'll just start just by saying that I really appreciate the transparency that you guys have on your channel.
Thank you.
The authenticity that you guys show. It's it's unfortunate that we have to leave people around here just to make sure that we get that kind of feeling.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, and I reached a point where I think we don't have to be ashamed, to admit that this is something that we want. We want to feel this way. We want to have this kind of life.
I agree. I totally agree.
We have to be bold that this is a good lifestyle, and you want it. And you say no to something that doesn't actually fit.
Right.
To fit that.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Anyway, so just to a quick question. Now again, the question is just for to keep the conversation going. I already know a lot of the things that you guys say.
Okay.
You answer all the questions. I have kind of families, but the issue with with the Philippines, I'm going to ask a series of questions.
Okay.
The first one is, the selection process. There is there is a fine line between helping someone and someone taking advantage of you.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, because someone who is not, if you are ending, if you're working as a teacher, you are not rich,
Right.
So maybe in a primary school or something, you're not rich, but you meet somebody that is doing way better, So it looks like you're going to torture yourself by withholding all the struggle that you go through just to prove that. So how do you draw the fine line, in terms of on yourself, how far you can go, but also how to evaluate the authenticity of need versus, the need versus just trying to overreach.
I don't. And here's how I look at it. First, I want to thank you for the call. We got to get you off the line so we can keep the show going. We appreciate you calling in. Don't let this be the last time we call, and I'll answer your question off the line if that's okay with you.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for calling in. Right. And how do I evaluate it? I don't. I understand this. The money I earn is hard-earned money. I work hard for my money, and I don't feel obligated at all to just give it away because I feel sorry for someone. Because how do you distinguish who deserves it and who doesn't? For me, I think this. I think, number one, it's important to understand that you're not doing them a favor by giving them money. And people want to believe that it's the white knight, the cape crusader thing. You want to feel good like you did something good. You didn't do something good. And I really want people to understand this when Filipina P says it, when other people say it. I hope that you guys understand you're not doing them a favor. You're not doing something good when you just give money to people who have their hands out. You're doing them a disservice, and you're doing us all a disservice because it makes them look at us like ATMs, and it's not good for them, and it's not good for us. So I don't just give away money. My money is hard earned. I worked hard for that money, and I'm going to give it to people who, in my opinion, deserve that money. And only I can decide who those people are, right? Because it's my money. So that's what I do, and I'm going to give it to a charity or a person that I think is worth having that money.
Yeah, and to add to what you said, I think sometimes, like for example, you thought that person is deserving of your help. Sure, you help him or her once, and then eventually you found out that the help you gave him or her was not put into good use.
Right.
So I'm not gonna help you anymore. I mean that's a lesson learned for me, because you were mentioning about a thin line between helping someone and just giving out money. So very important that it's your decision. Who do you want to help? Who do you want to give your resources to?
It is. It's just that I'm not usually going to give money to anybody. Charity, for a charity like this, I think Caritas Manila is a great charity. Did a lot of research before I chose Caritas Manila, and it's one of the most famous charities in all of the Philippines. So I did a lot of research. I didn't just randomly choose them. I'm not giving my money to anybody. I'll donate food, I'll donate clothes, and even toys. But as far as money, I'm not just giving my money to anybody.
Yeah, in kind. So yes, definitely. So
okay.
Let's
move on. Okay.
Juggy said Chinese look at chocolate man like alien.
You know what, Juggy, I gotta really quickly. I lived in China for 8 years, so I'm gonna say this: Chinese people have a different idea of what polite is. That's a nice way of putting it. They have a different idea of what polite and what rude is than Western people do. And Chinese people, some of them will stare at you, no question. I don't think it's out of being rude. I think it's just some ignorance. There's some ignorance involved when it comes to that, and they will stare at you. People don't stare at us here, but it is what it is. And Chinese people, maybe there's some modernization that needs to go on when it comes to them learning to be more polite.
And I'd like to thank you, Juggy, for your super sticker. Thank you so much for giving us that. And Big Boss said, Alan, retired in the Philippines, said, Shy Town, I'm protesting making comments on internet only.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. And the Big Boss said, I'm protesting the lack of the Yamasaki here.
All right.
All right. So Laquay mentioned, Rich, if I'm about to move to the Philippines soon, like within the next year or two, and you and Cheng and Calvin, also known as Sunshine Shoulders, are the only people I want to keep close to me.
Appreciate that for sure.
Thank you.
You know, Calvin's a cool dude. People feel different one way or the other. I like Calvin. I really like him.
Too.
I like his show. People say that we're transparent. I think he is very tough. He says exactly what's on his mind. Either you like him or you don't. And I don't think he cares one way or the other. I really don't. He has his show and he's going to tell you what he thinks about stuff. I appreciate that. So, I mean, you never know. You never have to worry about wondering what he thinks about you because he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
And I like that. And I like that. And I appreciate his show.
He's super direct.
He comes straight at you, right?
Yeah. Big Boss, thank you so much for your super chat. Have some pagpag on me.
You know you're wrong for that, man. You know you're wrong. All right. So, Morris, what's going on? We know your number by heart at this point. So, what's going on, Morris? What you got to say? What you got to add to the show?
Hello, Morris.
Yeah, I got a different question. It's for Chang.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm looking to. I looked up the sites you gave me. I mean, for the building codes and stuff in the Philippines, but I have an interest of maybe teaching the trades because I'm qualified in a couple. So where would I go? I'm trying to find some information online, and it's hard to find stuff in the Philippines as far as the trades. Where can you teach, or where can I find like trade schools and stuff like that?
Trade school?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
masonry, carpentry.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
Plumbing. Where do you teach it?
Normally here in the Philippines, before you can teach, of course, you need to have a teaching permit first. You need to acquire that, and then some teaching units equivalent here in the Philippines. But I can put on the chat the name of the government agency where they teach specialized skills like masonry, carpentry, welding, and all that. So I'm not really sure of the acronym. I'll search for it. It's TESDA, TESDA. So that's a specialized agency here in the Philippines, which teaches vocational, we call it vocational courses like carpentry.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's a place where you can start. So, but it's what do you call that, scholarship given to students here who would really like to be skilled workers.
Okay.
Okay. Do they in the teaching realm, do they recognize like U.S. certification?
I think so, but you
know?
I don't know for a fact, but you can inquire. I'm not really sure about applying for a teaching position, but definitely they offer services like that. And I mean, it's a school where you can earn your certificate and then have your certificate about carpentry and masonry and all that. And I'm sure they will be welcoming teachers who are experts on that field because we want to level up our competencies and skills.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
TESDA, TESTA?
DA. It's TESDA.
And she put it in the comments, so you
Yes.
can look in the comments and it.
Oh,
and
DA.
Yeah.
Yes.
TESDA.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Great question. Appreciate that, Morris. Any other questions?
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks.
No, I ain't got no other questions.
All right.
I'm listening attentively, enjoying the show.
Well, we always appreciate you calling.
Thank you, Morris.
All right, have a great evening.
All right, take care.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
Real quick. I'm heard say I don't know.
Apo. Yes.
Cool. All right. Okay.
Where are we?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
We're at
Big Boss.
Paul giving us telling us
Big
to
Boss.
have some pag.
Big Boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Big Boss. Yeah, giving us money for pag. Yeah.
Thank you for the pag,
You know
Big
you're
Boss.
wrong. You know you're wrong about that, man.
Yeah, Paul
Yeah.
Creed said, have you eaten pag? That might be the only thing I haven't tried yet.
No, I'm not going to try pag.
You don't want to pag.
Give it a short,
Okay.
concise explanation.
Pag is discarded food in the trash.
Yeah, it's like
and
trash
you have to,
food.
you have to cook it again. So you don't want pag. Yeah, but it's normally, the go-to place or the go-to food of people who are very, very hungry.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So we're not eating pag.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. So, bird dog.
Bird dog.
Bird dog, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, fam. Happy Father's Day. No King's Day from Atlanta, Doc.
No King's Day. No King's Day. Thank you, Bird Dog. We appreciate you. And we appreciate you joining our live stream. We appreciate definitely hope this will not be the last time we see you in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Fantasy Novel said Sweet Pea once did a thing where she made and gave away portable drink stands to people so they could make money. Yeah,
I saw that video. I saw that video. And I want to tell you, before that, last year I was inspired by Filipina P, and I'll name her because her and Sunshine Shoulders are probably the two channels that inspired me to do this. I actually tried to get together with Filipina P in order for us to work together on a charity, but we just never got a chance to get together, and so that made that really, and it was kind of late in the game too. But since I'm still here, I knew that this year I really wanted to be able to donate to charity and make it so that I would be able to and contact them first so that they knew what we were doing. We'd be able to work together. So I appreciate her for doing that. She does a lot of charity. She does a lot, and I'm not sure I could compete with what she does or that I would want to, but I want to be able to do something for charity as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's not how much money or how much you give. It's the
effort.
act of giving.
I think it's the effort.
Yes.
I agree.
So Bird Dog said, yes, some are bad about staring in CDO. I think it's based on locale and what they are used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Not many brothers walking around here. Like I say, don't get upset. Say hello.
Exactly. I don't think people are doing it to be rude. I think just people don't know, and people are naturally curious.
Mm-hmm.
I would be crazy if I said I don't notice people looking at me in Ching. They definitely look, but I don't. But I've never seen people just like staring, like I call it China staring, because I'm telling you, if you go to China, if you've been to China, you understand what I'm talking about. They will stare at you if you are not Chinese. It's that simple. That people are going to, literally uncomfortable stare at you.
Really?
Yes. For real, because it's a different culture out there. But yeah. But I don't think people do it out of, to be rude or anything like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Emil Werngo said, question to Cheng, what do Pinays think about age gap? I think a lot of Filipinos, especially the good ones, would think or consider age gap as a sign of maturity. Age gap relationships. That's why they want to be in a age gap relationship with a foreigner. But of course, let's be real.
Can we? Yeah, because you know me, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be really real. So you can say it or I'll say it, but it's gonna be said.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's about the financial advantage of being with a foreigner.
Part of it definitely is. Yes. No question.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that, because I was going to come behind you and say it anyway. Let's be seriously honest. Part of it is the financial benefits that they gain. But as I always say, is that any different than any other culture in the world? Nobody is going to get together with a man who's broke. Nobody's going to get to, not long term anyway. They're looking at the come up. They're trying to look at someone who can provide them with security. And being here is no different. I just think the qualifications for providing a woman with security are a lot less than the qualifications at home.
Absolutely.
In the West. That's what I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, Drew. Salute, Rich and Cheng. Thank you so much for joining us on our live stream.
Right.
Yeah. And Bird Dog, like piggyback on what I said. Yes, TESDA, they do look for those who have specialized skills.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially when you are a graduate of TESDA, it is very, appealing to, you have skills, you have a certification that you're qualified to work abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
So, Morris said, thanks everyone. Laquay Rhodes said, when I finally do meet the woman of my dreams, Are y'all coming to the wedding?
Come on, man. Come on, quit
Look,
now.
wait, if you're going to
Yeah.
give us an invitation.
I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. I'm gonna exit off on the calendar, and I'm coming. I'm gonna put on my best suit and my best. I'm not wearing a tie, and I'm not wearing a suit. It's too damn hot for all of that. If you in Baguio, then I'll come. I'll put on the suit. But outside of that, bro, it's too damn hot, man.
Yeah.
But I'm coming. Damn it. Yeah, but I'm coming. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Rabbit. Thank you so much
Rabbit,
for
what's going
joining
on. Yeah.
Hi all. What topic today? I'm working on a night shift. Hey, Rabbit. This is like a question and answer.
This is the Q&A, Rabbit. Yeah. Everybody, you know the drill. You've been around for a minute. People ask a lot of questions. We're finally getting to the question. We're going to try to answer all the questions in this one live stream so that we can kind of start fresh because we're close to 10,000 now. And yeah, we're just going to try to get all the questions out of the way. So that being said, what's the next question?
The next question is, are there many other Black expats where you live?
The question is, I guess many is, hold on. Where are we at here? Where did you go?
Here, next question. You said next question, so I read the next
question.
question.
Got it. I'm tripping, huh? That was an old man moment, really. Are there many other Black expats? I wouldn't say so. Or are you going to say yes?
Yes, because we're
Many,
just
where's
going
many?
to say Black expats, not particularly Americans.
No, the question is many.
Many, yes.
Yeah. How many is many to you?
More than 10? I see a lot.
Oh, okay. 10? 10
More
is
than
many?
10.
Okay. Cheng says there's many. I don't see that there's many.
I mean, because I'm always outside.
Okay. Maybe I'm just inside all the time. I don't see a lot of other Black expats, and I certainly don't see Western.
Yeah, Western
Black expats where I live.
Yeah.
So my answer is no. Ching has a different answer.
Yeah.
Apparently, go ahead.
Yeah, I see a lot of Black expats who live in this condo complex and also near Rockwell. But I'm not sure, just like what you said, I'm not sure if they're Western, but I'm like 70% sure that they're Africans. Yeah.
They're from somewhere. Ching says yes. I don't think there's a lot of Black expats around here. I don't think so. I mean, but again, many is kind of is relative, right? It's relative.
Yes.
But I would say no, but Ching says yes. I notice people, and I don't Black Western expats. No, Black expats. There's some, but many no. Also.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
All right. So
next question. What you got?
Question.
Yep.
All right. So, hey, Rich, do you ever get weird questions like, are you a basketball player or rapper or something?
People ask me if I'm a basketball player, which is, I mean, I'm only 175 centimeters tall, so I don't get why they would think that. But
can you dunk?
Yeah, the next question is, can you dunk? I'm like, dude, you don't see my old ass. I don't see I'm old as hell, right? Like I'm gonna be, jumping up anyway. But people do ask that question, and again, it's another case where it's not. People are just curious. They're curious. They've never been, or some of them have never been around Black people. So I always try to keep a smile on my face and always try to be inviting and
give the best first impression.
And give the best first impression because I think it's important.
Yeah, and when people, like, especially young male approach you, they would say, "Sup, bro."
Sup, bro. Yeah, good first impression. All right, so I'm not sure who this number is, but you got Rich and Cheng on the line. Who's calling?
It's Black Box, brother. What's going on?
What is going on, bro?
Hello.
How you doing, man?
How you been?
We're doing real good. Are you a father?
Excuse me?
Are you a father too? I'm a father. I was gonna say, if you're a father, happy Father's Day to you. Did we lose you?
Hello?
Did we lose you? I think we lost him. Uh-oh.
No, I'm here.
What happened? Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. What you got for our conversation, bro? What you got on you got a question for us?
I just
Say that again.
I think your reception might be a little bit tough right now.
It's a little tough because I live in Pennsylvania and the connection ain't that good up here.
Okay, we got you right now. You got a question for us?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how are you going to expand your channel?
Well,
because
that's a great question, actually. And what we did make a decision to do is expand and talk about things other than just relationships. So in the very near future, actually this week, we're going to be traveling. We're going to be doing a little bit more traveling and going some places and filming. And that'll be one thing. But we're going to start talking about stuff that's outside of the relationship realm. We'll keep talking about relationships too, but we're going to do more. We're just going to do a little bit more than that.
Well, one day we'll talk about what I told you about when I texted you about my adventures of being married and divorced.
Yes. Actually, and you know what? I would love. Thank you for reminding me. Because now I kind of got a voice with a name, and I would love to talk to you a little bit more offline about that, because maybe that's something that we could actually discuss in one of our upcoming live streams, and I think that would be awesome. Okay.
I can come on that I've been through that.
I think a lot of people would love to hear your story.
I've been through a situation with a married Filipina.
Mm-hmm. Right, and
she was still married.
Now, I want to say something, because that's one of our future topics. That is one of our future topics. So, I would like to talk to you a little bit more offline first, and then we can have because we have a video coming up about that topic. So, maybe we can talk offline and we can put something together on that. But I definitely want to do that. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. You can move on. You got my number. You can contact me.
I definitely.
I got a YouTube channel and I got an audio podcast. I got a little everything.
Okay. What's your name of your YouTube channel? Real quick.
The Black Box Podcast Show.
The Black Box Podcast Show. Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard it this time. So Black Box Podcast Show. Okay. All right. And so that's something we will definitely get in touch. We'll definitely get in touch on that. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you calling.
All right, brother.
Okay. You bet.
Thank
you too.
You. Yeah. Check out the Black Box Podcast channel.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, so let's go ahead and get to the next question. Thank you, Black Box, for calling in.
Okay. Do you want me to read the comments or move on?
Let's get to one more question and then we'll jump into the comments.
All right. So, next question is, hello, Rich and Cheng. So, how much does it really cost to live decently in the Philippines? Not the fantasy version.
What do you think? You definitely know what expenses are. So, what do you think?
So, if you're a single man, then definitely you can live $1,000 a month.
Okay, stop with it. Sorry. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I want to give a real life thing because I don't think that's really. I'll let you finish. My bad. I'm sorry, sweet. I'm sorry. On Father's Day. Sorry.
It's okay. I think it's $1,000, especially if you don't want to live in a condo, because you can definitely get an apartment that costs lower than a condo, and then $1,000 is enough for a single man. But of course, if you're planning to have a girlfriend which will eat 1/3 of your food,
at least 1/3, at least a third,
1/3 of your food. But if she's frugal and won't ask you for dates outside, then
those exist.
Yeah, but I think $1,000 to $2,000.
Okay. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that.
Okay.
I think you need $2,000 to $3,000, and that's real. $2,000 to $3,000, and it does depend on your lifestyle. Can you live comfortably on $1,000? You can get by on $1,000. That's real. Even in Manila, in the capital city, you can get by, and that's the key phrase. You can get by on $1,000 a month. But if you want to live comfortably, $2,000 to $3,000, you will live very comfortably. $2,000, you will live comfortably out here in the Philippines. Sure. It also depends on where you live. If you live in the capital city or one of the bigger cities, that's going to eat more of your funds. But if you live in a smaller place, it's going to be less expensive. So it depends on a few factors. But I'm definitely going to say $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You should be able to live pretty comfortably. Make sure you have health insurance when you come here. Make sure you live close to a hospital. To me, that matters because it really could be a matter of life and death, is how close you live to a hospital here.
Yes. All right. Comments or questions?
One more question.
All right. So this is kind of related to the previous question. Rich and Cheng, is it easy to live there in the Philippines on a fixed income or are there surprises? Is living cheap there actually doable without cutting corners?
Is it doable with number one? What is the fixed income? I mean, it's kind of. I mean, that's an important part of your question, right? What's the fixed income? I mean, is your fixed income 3,000? Then I would say yes. Is it 1,000 like Ching says? Then I would say, you can get by, but you're gonna have to cut corners. And as Ching said, once you have a girlfriend, it is going to increase your cost. I personally think it's going to double your cost because I'm the one paying for it, so I know how much more it increases your cost. It's going to double whatever you pay normally. It's going to double it. Period. Right. So, is it easy? I don't know about easy. I guess that's relative, but it's doable. $2,000 to $3,000 is what I think. I think 3,000 you'll be fine. That's my own opinion.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's get to some more comments.
All right, so Slick Rick said, I'd have to be extra crazy to try pagpag or have had several beers in me.
That's a whole bunch of beers, bro. A whole bunch of beers, okay?
All right, so Big Boss said, ain't enough alcohol in the world to make me dip into pagpag.
Period, right?
I mean, I'm still lucky enough to provide food on the table.
On, you can be honest with me. Be transparent. You tried it before, haven't you?
Huh? Pagpag? No.
Hey, come on, man. You can tell us. You can tell us. Go ahead.
No.
Confess.
No.
All right.
Rabbit said, pagpag is disgusting, but starvation is very real in the Philippines.
Look, I keep saying, you're going to do if you're in survival mode, you're going to do what you got to do. Period. And if that means pagpag, then that's what it means. Period.
Just make sure you pronounce it correctly. Yeah, it's
I'm
A.
not saying. Oh, yeah.
I'm just reminding you.
Right, because what you eat. Yeah, one vowel
will change everything.
Will change the meaning of a whole bunch of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Right,
Fantasy novel said the stairs.
No, let's get to Alan. Okay.
That's a lot down. Oh, I don't have that.
Okay.
But anyway.
Got you. All right. Okay. So. All right, and hold on.
The stairs.
Okay.
Ah, you missed it. I have it here. But anyway.
We're gonna go here. There we go.
Okay, Corporal Hicks said, why is it that a lot of items in the malls don't have prices on them? And I almost always have to ask what the price of an item is. How hard is it to put a price on more products? I think when I haven't encountered such incident like that. But I think on the shelves, it's put on a specific shelf. The description of the item is there. But I think what you're saying is in every item, it has a tag price.
Yeah, I think they're on the shelves. I think most of the time they're on the shelves. But I hear you. I think it's just something we're used to.
Yeah.
And I hear you. But I think usually they're on the shelves. But sometimes you do have to do a little bit of searching, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next.
Kevin Benson said, if age gap wasn't really a thing, why not date an older Filipino man?
Exactly.
Yeah. So age gap, because a lot of times
because they don't have money. Because they don't. I mean, look.
We're just trying to be real.
I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna say I'm gonna tell them the truth, right? And because the older Filipino men don't have money. They're working out probably on their pension, and their pension is not going to be very much, to be honest. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom. And there's two things. It's because the older Filipino man doesn't have money, and second, because Filipino men a lot of times, almost 99.9% of the time, they're not going to date a woman who has a baby or children already. That's the reasons. That's the reason. So we are walking around with a target on our heads because we're the only ones available for certain women out there. Period. The only certain men are going to date those kind of women, and that's the reason.
And
Rabbit said,
is the lack of money or income source as the main issue, not the lack of food to eat? I think a lot. It has something to do with lack of money and lack of income source. Of course, if you don't have an income source, you don't have money.
Yeah, like isn't that the same thing?
Yeah,
like, that was profound. That was, okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. So Death Ray, hello Death Ray, thank you for joining us. Is it free invitation and food and open bar? Are you referring to the who said
Pagpag?
No, the wedding.
Got it. Okay, the wedding. Look, I mean, I'll come even if it's not free. I'll bring some drinks with me. I'll bring drinks with me. Actually, I'll bring some good whiskey. For the good company. I'm just saying,
yeah.
but
So,
yeah.
so the Black Box Podcast Show said, people do date older women in the Philippines.
I wouldn't be against dating an older woman as long, but when you say an older woman,
How
what?
old
Yeah, how old is
is the
older?
old?
Yeah, and does she look old as hell? That's the question for me. I mean, there's some women who are 45 to 50 years old and they look 10 years younger. I'm cool with it. It's not the age; it's how you look. It's how you're taking care of yourself. A lot of times, to me.
All right. So, Slick Rick said, okay. Hi, Death
Yeah.
Ray, the Black Box
Follow
Podcast.
me. Follow me.
So, okay. Rabbit
Cool.
said, I just want to know if Cheng has a female good-looking cousin. You've seen my cousins, but they're all taken.
She does have good-looking cousins.
They're
but,
all
yeah,
taken.
They're all taken. Okay. I mean, I answered the question. I didn't say
Yeah.
whether they're taken. or
No
not.
one in my
Yeah.
family is not good-looking in my standard.
You have a good-looking family. I
Thank
think
you.
you have a good-looking family.
We have
Yeah.
good genes.
Yeah, yeah. Sis is good looking.
Of
Yeah,
course.
but that's my girl.
Yeah.
I'm
Of
partial.
course.
I'm partial. Yeah. I'm partial to sis, right?
Yeah. And don't forget, if you just came into our live stream, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and a notification bell if you haven't already. This is a call-in live stream, 415-490-8030. Yes, I just want to read it out loud for emphasis.
And as always, Slick Rick is cool enough to post the what do you call it? The link. Post the link. So if you guys want to cam up and mic up and join us and ask a question, feel free to do so.
Yeah.
Okay?
Moving on. So the Black Box Podcast Show said, true, I don't see a lot of American.
I think we missed one.
I didn't see that here.
That's all right.
Okay, anyway. So let's say, Death Ray said, Slick Rick, I'm planning to move to the Philippines in 2025. Thank you for what you do as you moderate the live chat. Greatly appreciate it, my friend.
And you know what, Death Ray, thanks for pointing that out. And I would also like to say thanks to Slick Rick
Yes.
for moderating our shows and
Thank
for doing
you.
a lot behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. He does so much and asks very little in return, asks nothing in return, to be honest. And we want to, I want to point that out. We appreciate you too, Slick Rick.
Thank you.
Much appreciated, bro. Yeah.
All right. So Naps said, sorry, baby.
That's okay. Let's just get on the same page, right?
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
So the Black Box Podcast Show said, true, I don't see a lot of American brothers in the Philippines.
I don't either.
Maybe not in Manila. Maybe they're in the provinces. I'm not sure.
Right, but I mean, I think the key phrase is a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. And I don't either, bro. I don't either. And there could be various reasons for that, but the bottom line is I don't either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So Naps said, thanks for the information about visiting the embassy and to wear pants.
Yes, wear pants.
Yeah, I would have shown up
Not
in
shorts.
due
Not
to the
shorts.
hot weather in the Philippines. Now I know to bring long pants that fit with me.
Yes. Do not wear shorts. You might be able to get away with it, but I'm telling you, I've seen people get kicked out for wearing shorts. I'm telling you,
And
they
sandals.
they are serious about that. They're serious about because it's a respect thing to them, and they take it serious, right?
Okay. Death Ray said, question to Richie.
Go for it.
Have you bought a condo or do you rent? Have you made a video on this question before? Thank you for answering my question.
I haven't bought a condo. I don't plan on buying a condo. I rent, and I think for anybody who's coming here, you're not sure about how long you're going to stay. You're not sure about if you're not coming here to retire, which I didn't come here to retire. I think renting is the best course of action because if you don't know about your future, why in the world would you buy property in a foreign country when you're not sure about your long-term plans? Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely renting year to year. And lucky enough to just be able to pay a larger amount in advance, and that's kind of how I get down.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a good question, though. It's a great question.
Darcy, thank you so much for your super sticker.
Thank you, Darcy. We appreciate that super sticker, bro.
And happy Father's Day, according to Darcy.
Yeah. And a quick repeat. Happy for everybody who joined us a little later. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up, but forget about all of that. I want to say happy Father's Day to everybody who's a father that's in this chat. Happy Father's Day. That does not mean money. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, this
That
is a
doesn't-
heart.
That's a heart. Yeah, it
This is
doesn't
a
mean.
heart for
So,
you all.
by the way, do you know that a lot of people they do this as money?
If you
right?
move your
Yeah,
fingers,
yeah, but
this
we do
is
this.
money.
We do this.
But I do this.
Yeah, right.
This,
So
the heart is
yeah,
for
that's
you
is a
all
heart.
hard working dads out there.
Yeah, a lot of us think when we see that, we think people are like saying, "Give me money or
And
money."
now
Yeah, but
you
it's
know.
a heart. Yeah,
It's a heart.
cool.
It's a heart.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay,
Okay. So the male's
Let's go to
okay.
Deathly. Okay,
Desiree, happy Father's Day
my bad,
too.
my bad. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Quick.
So the male's perspective said, "You guys are awesome. Thank you so much."
Thank you. Appreciate that, Mels.
Yes, Desiree. But I'm single, no kids, not married. I'll take my father out and link up with my older sister and her kids as a family dinner tomorrow, Sunday for us. It's Saturday now here in California.
Right, right. So you guys got a full day ahead of you tomorrow.
Mhm.
Death Ray, I'm going to say this. I think I said this to you before. If this is your photo, you're gonna do fine in the Philippines. You're gonna do just fine.
You have a line in the corner.
Yeah, there's gonna be a line around the corner to get hold of you. Especially if you're single, you have no kids, you've never been married, bruh. You are going to be a hot commodity. I'll just put it that way. As long,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what your pockets look like, and it's not my place to ask. But I'm just gonna say I think people will be willing to take chances.
Uh-huh.
So enjoy your time with your father, and look forward to you coming out here to the Philippines.
All right. So Slick Rick said, everyone, please check out the Black Box Podcast Show.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And
You ready?
of course.
You ready to do your thing?
Of
Go ahead
course.
and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Hello, Amirabui Al Mubarak. What's the harm in staring? Everything does it. Plants and creatures.
Right. Some people think of it as rude. Some people think it's a little bit rude. And it doesn't bother me because I think it comes from a good place. I don't think it comes from a bad place. It just makes people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think the only harm in staring is when you realize that you're making someone uncomfortable and you continue to do it.
Yes.
Right. So
I agree.
But I think most of it comes from a good place. People are just curious. More than anything else, right?
Got it. Hello, Jeff. Thank you for joining us.
What is up? What's going on, my brother?
Hello, Jeff. And Jeff Goldburn said, hanging in there good, sir. How about yourself?
Doing very good. So far, a good start to Father's Day. We got up really early this morning, got our exercise in because we have a huge day ahead of us. Actually, we're doing some charity work this afternoon with another podcaster. We're collabing with another podcaster and doing some charity work, and we're going to be filming part of that. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. But it's going to kind of be an all-day event. So we got our exercise. The whole day of exercise.
Yeah.
Already before we even got started.
I already got my steps in.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
All right.
Okay.
So, Hood J. Sorry.
Hood J. Did we miss Hood J?
Yeah.
Oh, we sure did. Okay. Here we go. Let's go.
So Hood J said, good to see people doing well, but to others not doing well, you can't watch too much of other people channel doing well. Rich showing real deal when you get life in order to do what he's doing. Much love.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Hood J. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know what? Honestly, I always want to say this, is that my objective is, everybody has a different idea of what they consider happiness. And my idea is if someone says, hey, I think I'd like to come to the Philippines, I want to give you the perspective, a real perspective, and what you should expect and what you can do to get closest to that. So when you come here to the Philippines, you know what's going to go on already, and you have an idea of how to act and what to do so that you can get your own version of happiness.
Yes.
That's the goal. Because hopefully everybody is riding off into the sunset, holding hands and doing their thing. And that's what makes me feel good, is the chance to help somebody do that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What else? What else we got? All right.
Death Ray said it was in reference to that one chatter with the wedding invitation.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. You picked up on that. Good call.
Yes. Thank
Good call.
you.
Okay.
And then Jeff Goldburn said, I always hit those on the way in, the like button, that is. Yes.
Exactly.
And Death Ray, has an addition, T.Y. Cheng and Rich. Thank you. Yes. T.Y. Thank you. All right. Truth be told, I'm single, going to retire early, looking to settle down. I'll check out Manila, Cebu, Iloilo City, or the surrounding cities outside of Metro Manila to decide on.
Yeah, you know what? I would say a little big city, somewhere. I mean, out in the province, I'm just not going to recommend. Not because it's bad, but I really think you have to be close to a hospital, a good hospital, preferably when you're out here. I mean, it literally can be a matter of life or death. But I would say a smaller big city, like a mid-sized Philippine city. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a little FYI, those people in the provinces head to Manila. If they're sick in the province, they still head to Manila to get treated here in Manila because we have good hospitals here in Manila. Yeah.
All right. So Slick Rick said, Rich and Ching, you're both very welcome. It is truly my pleasure. Slick Rick, my man.
Thank you so much.
You're the dude.
You're making our job easy.
1,000 times easier. 1,000 times easier. And by the way, I just want to point this out. In our next video, please pay attention to the intro because you might notice it is slightly different. And Slick Rick, you have not seen it, but Ching actually changed it yet again. So the intro for the next video will be a little different again. So please pay attention to that. You might notice a few different changes to our intro. All right. All right. So
all right. So else? I don't have that. How come? Okay. Anyway,
Black Box said, make sure to wear a shirt with a collar to the embassy. It is important. People, I'm telling you, it is a respect thing. They take that serious. Wear pants, wear shoes, not sandals, not clogs or Crocs, or wear shoes, pants, and a shirt with a collar. I don't know about the shirt with a collar. I don't know about that, but it won't hurt.
Yeah,
it certainly won't hurt. That's for sure.
A t-shirt is fine. I mean, that doesn't only apply to foreign people, but it also applies to local people. We go there with wearing appropriate attire because it's a government agency.
Totally Frank says, I'm a Black American brother. Already purchased my tickets, arriving in Cebu in November. Totally Frank. Welcome to the Philippines. Hopefully we'll get a chance to catch you when you're out there. We might be in We'll be in Cebu before November, but who knows? We might end up going back for some reason or another, right?
Yep.
All right.
The Black Box podcast show says,
Black Box just says, but just like we can shorten it. It's okay. We're Americans, right?
Okay. Right. The Black Box said, to answer your question, Rich, I don't have children.
All right. Well, all right. But I'm sure yeah, we'll just because I say some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, fair enough. All right.
So if you are, I think it's talking to some chatter here. If you are, it's the link you wish to come up on the panel with Richie and Cheng.
All right,
if you want to.
We'll let Slick Rick handle all of that, right? All right. Let's see.
All right. So Death Ray said, thank you for the compliments. I am looking for a fit, feminine, and friendly future wife. I will take note to vet for the right partner for sure. It's
all about vetting, bro. All about. I don't give a damn where you find her from. I don't care how good looking she is or isn't. If you do not vet carefully, you will be in for a really long ride, a bad ride, and it is going to cost you one way or the other.
Yeah, and don't fall for the sweet words, the honey lips.
Lots of sweet words, lots of them. They know what they're doing.
It's all good, Death Ray. I'm used to the typo error on my name already.
Right.
Okay, Chosen One said, every foreigner running to the Philippines, every Filipino running out. Riddle me that. Exactly.
Yeah. Right? Because I think Filipinos are looking for opportunity. Because I understand, if you're here, you understand that there's not a lot of jobs here. But I want to say this. If you look at the people who are leaving here and going abroad, I think it's the harder working people. I think among a lot of those people are the hardworking people who are trying to provide and find a good way of living to provide for their families. And God bless them for doing whatever they can. Yeah. And for us, I think we're just trying to get out of the rat race and get to a place where we can just relax and have a good quality standard of life.
Okay. All right. Yep. So, Rich, teach me how to speak Chinese, please, sir.
我能说，如果你说中文，你可以明白我。Yeah.
I have no idea what you said.
You can, and if you want it, you can Google that. You can use Google Translate, and it'll translate that for you, right? So actually, I just said, if you really want to learn to speak Chinese, you can ask me, and I know how, and I'll teach you. All right. I understand. I understand it. I know how, and I'll teach you. Okay. Isaac is in the house.
Hello,
Isaac said,
Isaac.
what's up? What's going on, brother?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then who's in the house? The real deal.
The real deal.
What's going on, brother?
Hello. Hey, Richie and Cheng. Woke up 4 a.m. here to watch you. Greetings from France. I'm coming back to Manila next month. Let's do the Olive Garden again. Yeah.
That's right. What's up, Emmanuel?
Hello.
What's going on? Yeah. We call him Real Deal is his moniker, but we know him as Emmanuel.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to have dinner together and we had a good time. We'll do it again when you get here next time. Bro.
Yes.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else is in the house? Who is this?
Hello, Kathleen.
Do we know her?
Yeah.
You know her?
Yes.
What's going on,
Hello,
Kathleen? How you doing,
Kathleen.
sweetie? Right.
Uh-huh.
By the way, it's 2-2 in the NBA Finals, Kathleen. I know you're rooting for OKC, but it's going to be a close one. I think this is going 7 games. Let's take this call.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. All right, Richie Rich and Ching in the house. Who's calling in?
Can you hear me?
We can, but we need you to turn down your sound, please.
Your YouTube volume.
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
It's down.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Who's calling and what you got for us?
This is Napoleon.
What's going on, Naps?
Naps.
I have a question.
Sure.
Probably mostly for Chang.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a bunch of profile stuff, and I noticed like most of the ladies in the Philippines are Catholic, and I noticed a phrase that's stated a lot, that they're a God-fearing woman looking for a God-fearing man.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my question is, I grew up with a Catholic guy from age 12 to present day, and he actually became a preacher, but I've never heard him say about having a fear of God.
Mm-hmm.
And is something different with their Catholic church over there that they teach that, or is it just a phrase that means something different? I found it surprising to see it so often.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
About the women saying have a fear of God.
Mm-hmm. I saw that too.
Profiles a lot.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't know why people say I'm God fearing. Of course, you're God fearing because you're scared to do something bad that is against the teachings of the Bible and the church. But there's a lot of hypocrisy. Sorry, there's a lot of hypocrisy here. And when people say I want a God fearing man, I mean that I can translate it into like having your values aligned. You want the same things, or your values are on the same things. Yes, guy in the gray shirt.
I think it's a phrase. I think it's just a phrase that they use. And I think what they really mean is a man who believes in God. That's what I think, because I saw the same things a lot. And I think it's a phrase they use. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because this is when I'm seeing that, and it's like, well, if someone was to ask me, am I a God-fearing man? I said, well, no. Like my friend, we don't fear God.
Right.
But
you believe in
Him. That's what I was wondering, because I kept seeing it so often.
Yeah, I saw the same thing too when I was in the search or on the hunt, and I think it just has everything to do with they're saying they want a man who believes in God more than anything else, and I think it's just a phrase that they use. But it's a good question because I think all of us have seen the same thing.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, it was question and answer, and I thought, well, that's something I've been thinking about and wanted to ask Chang.
Naps, we really appreciate you for calling. Thanks a lot for that, and we hope this won't be the last time, bro.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Naps.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So good question. Good to you, Catlin. If we didn't already do that, I think we're just kind of blazing through stuff. Right?
Yeah. All right. So the big boss said, I got a question. What's your favorite solution to the Fermi paradox?
What?
I just Googled it.
Okay. So you go. Okay. So obviously that's probably not the question or answer to do on here.
Yeah.
But because I know he's being funny.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for your question. We'll take that question and answer it offline if you don't mind, Big Boss. So we'll get to you offline and I'll answer your question personally. How about that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Real quick.
All right. So, ni hao ma.
Right. What does that mean? Because I taught you a little bit of Chinese, right?
How are you?
That means how are you, right? Ni hao ma, 我很好, 我很好. 谢谢. Right. All right. Right. So what? 我很好. It means I'm doing well. Thank you. right, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Cheers, cheers.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so John Franklin said,
What do you say?
other than the dollar or the money benefits, why would someone move to the Philippines?
For me, peace of mind. For me, peace of mind. You save a lot of money. Peace of mind. I think it just depends on your lifestyle. For me, I like my lifestyle here. I work from home. Have absolute peace of mind. Traveling is cheaper. Everything is a lot less expensive, and I have very little stress in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Very little stress in my life. But so peace of mind is would be the number one reason, right? All right.
All right, so that's a conversation between.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
And chosen one said,
I have no interest in learning Chinese. The only people that speak the Chinese is the Chinese.
Exactly.
Sort of Tagalog or Thai. Yeah, I mean,
exactly. Right.
if you're in a country, just learn a few phrases that they use in that country, and then that will be, that will be okay.
Right. I definitely feel you. Definitely feel you on that. Right.
Okay. So.
All right. Catlin said, yeah, the Thunder won. It's 2-2 now. Going back to OKC. This is a game. This is gonna go seven games. Two young teams, hungry. Both of them super hungry. Ching has no idea what we're talking about right now. But yeah. Hey.
I just don't say anything.
Right. Mix. That's why I love you, baby. That's why I love you. All right.
Yep. So Maury said, hi, Cheng. I had a conversation with the Filipino Tyler. He said, if you lost your job in your 30s, it's hard to get work. Is that still true? Yes. Very hard. If you lose your job here, especially if you're like on a contract basis, it's really hard, especially when you're of age. When you're applying for a job when you're 30 something, here in the Philippines, they have high requirements for jobs. You have to be in a certain age for a certain height requirement, certain educational requirement. It's really tough to get a job here. They have a lot of requirements. And on top of that, you need to have NBI or National Bureau of Investigation clearance or police clearance.
There's not it is very hard to get a job here in the Philippines as a foreigner. That's not government related in some way or another. It is very difficult. Obviously, the job market is really tough here. They're saving most of the jobs for local people here. So it is purposely. It's not easy to get a job as a foreigner here. You're gonna most of the time you're gonna have to bring your job with you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So the Block Box said you can see they advertise for young women for jobs in the Philippines, and it is harder for older women to find work. It is because it is. If you're a business person, you want a younger woman because you don't have kids, for example, and of course, the maternity benefit, the maternity leave, and all that. So, yeah.
Right, and you're right, but the difference is in the West, that would be considered discrimination. That would be considered discrimination, and you're not allowed to do that. It would be illegal. But here it is real. They hire based on age. They hire based on looks, and they don't have to hide it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why a lot of, like, for example, if you're in the educational field, you really have to work on your degrees, because the more degrees you have PhD, you have masters, that's the minimum qualifications for you to be able to teach in a university. It's really tough to get into a university. So Marcus, hello Marcus Jones. Thank you.
No. Marquise. Yeah, not Marcus. Marquise.
Okay, Marquise. Yeah. Thank you.
Unless, actually, sorry. My bad. Can you tell us how to pronounce your name? Because I know different people pronounce it different ways. Is it Marcus or Marquise? We want to make sure we get your name right, Marcus.
Yes.
So sorry for correcting you before I even know. Right, go ahead, read that.
It's all good. I'm looking to retire in the Philippines. What is the price range to rent over there for a nice place like yours?
I would say 20 to 30. 20. What do you think?
20 to 30,000. If you're single, if you're single, 1 bedroom.
Yeah, 20 to 30,000 pesos for a nice place that has all the amenities.
Fully furnished.
Yeah, fully furnished. All the amenities. 2 gyms here. 3 pools. 3 pools, 2 gyms. Convenience stores. 3 washrooms. Shop. 20 to 30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you need to bring is your clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll have
Just
everything
your
else.
clothes.
It'll have everything else.
Yeah. And yeah. So Kathleen said, Morris, based on my experience, yes, like for me, I am 45-year-old. I had a hard time.
Right. Right. It does get. I mean, they discriminate based on age and age, sex, looks, all of that stuff. It is real here.
Unless you have like a really good educational qualification,
Right.
education qualification, then they'll take you.
Right.
But if none, it's hard. Okay. Are you looking for a condo? They run between $400 and up.
Yeah,
on
it's about
average.
right.
Thank
Black box
you,
set,
Black
yeah.
Box. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, somewhere around 20,000 pesos to 30,000 pesos. So right around 400 to 600
Yes, definitely.
dollars a month. Yeah, we'll
Yes.
get you all of that, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I just got blessed, according to Kathleen, that a good employer gave me a chance now. So I think that is true, Morris.
Okay.
Especially in customer service industry, they want
Yes.
younger workers.
They want youngins. They want youngins, pretty youngins. Yeah.
So I'm 49. No job for me in the Philippines. They consider me dead.
Right. Yeah. It's real. It's real. I mean, they don't have the same laws, the same protections we have here. It just is what it is. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I mean customer service frontliners.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You see, all young people. All young people.
Hey, Rodney.
What's going on, Rodney?
Made it.
What's happening? Right at the right. He just sneaks in the comment right at the edge.
Yeah.
Right. We were waiting for you, Rodney.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just said we're not going to end the show until
Rodney
comes in. The comments, damn it. Yeah. If Rodney ain't here. We ain't ending the show. Damn it. Right.
Yeah. Chosen One said, if over 30, you need to be part of some dynasty in the Philippines.
Something.
Yeah.
You need some kind of something, right?
And James Weatherspoon said, I watched a special on YouTube last night. It was so sad. Pagpag means to shake off dust or dirt. Yes, pagpag means literally to remove the dirt out of the food.
Right. Wow.
So Kathleen said, the reason I think that young men have more energy and they're more creative and know more in the latest technology. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There might be something to that, right? Okay. Rodney said he's doing good, just enjoying the show. Rodney, we always appreciate you jumping in. Okay. And then
you're right in your pronunciation. Marquise,
right?
I stand corrected.
Still sorry for interrupting because I wasn't sure, and I should have made sure before I even said anything. So
okay.
Yeah, but now we got it though, right? Okay.
So Stink Shag, hello, thank you for joining us. Is 20 to 30K in BGC or just downtown Manila? I think it's also in BGC.
It's about the same in BGC. Yeah. I'm on the, so there's a bridge. There's a bridge, and this is Mandaluyong. This is Mandaluyong. This is Makati. I'm on the flip side of the bridge. I can look out my balcony and I can see Makati. So I'm right on the edge. And this is probably one of the nicer condos, complexes in Manila, Mandaluyong, Makati areas. So it's pretty nice. And I would say that's going to be the prices for BGC or anywhere in Makati area or Mandaluyong.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you stay in Mandaluyong, if you cross the bridge to Makati, it will be 5,000 pesos higher. The rent is higher.
Just crossing the bridge.
Just crossing the bridge.
Yeah, and it's no closer. It's right. So
it's just the same. Hello, Jover. Thank you for joining us. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Jover. I was actually waiting for him to jump in.
Sorry, I'm late. Just to go to church and went to a market to buy supplies for a week.
That's all right. I understand. I especially want to wish you Happy Father's Day,
Happy
Jover.
Father's Day, Jover.
Appreciate you, man. Have a great day with your family.
All right. So James Weatherspoon said, Saturday night, 9 p.m. is the highlight of my day to go live with Mr. and Mrs. Rich. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, James.
We appreciate you, James. We really appreciate you, bro.
So Morris said, I had a heartfelt conversation with a man from the Philippines about the struggles and sacrifices he has made to support his family.
You know, I've seen some videos with some tough conversations about the men here and their ability to support their family, or how tough it is. And it's tough because there's not a lot of jobs. I mean, in the U.S., you go everywhere and you'll see help wanted signs. So there's money to be made in the U.S., but it's not the same here. It is not the same. Getting a job, a steady job, is difficult out here in the Philippines. They're tough to come by.
Yeah, especially when you are of certain age, it really saddens me that the person really wanted to work, but there are not a lot of opportunities for them. They don't want to give them a chance because they're old. So you want to come here, retire, or come with the Western salary? No jobs here, and they don't pay caca.
They don't pay. Yeah, even that's a good point, Big Boss. Even if you got a job here, are you really willing to work for the wages that they work for? Because I mean, I'm just being real. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's not going to be what you might be used to. It will not be what you're used to. So yeah, it's a different ball game here. So you literally have to come with your own job. Bring a job. Bring a source of income with you when you come here, right? Whether it could be retirement, Social Security, whatever. But you probably need to have some kind of qualifications or certifications to where you can actually work or provide for yourself when you get here. Okay?
Absolutely. Laquay said, how do you handle nosy people that want to get into your business, meaning asking about finances and starting drama? I'm from NYC and I give off a nonchalant vibe to people. Just don't answer. For me.
I think that's one of the great questions. We're getting close to the end of our live stream. Laquay, I gotta be real with you, bro. I'm might be a different dude. I just don't really care about what a lot of people think. I'm on my grind. I stay focused, and when people try to get in my business, I'm polite. I'll be polite initially for sure, and say, I prefer to keep that to myself, or that might be a little personal. I'll be very polite and say that. But if people keep asking, then hopefully they will get that I'm not wanting to give that information. But if they keep asking, I get a little less polite, you know, if people keep asking. But I haven't got to that point. But as far as starting drama, there's trolls and there's people that are going to come onto your channel and start drama. And as your channel grows, I was just listening to Sunshine Shoulders, to his live stream, because sometimes I dip in on his and he'll come in here or he'll watch our videos. And he said it the best. As your channel grows, you're going to get trolls. You're going to get people who just hate on you, just to hate on you. They just have nothing better to do. Their lives suck, and they just want to hate on you. They're jealous. And he just said they're just people who are just jealous. And I agree with that. It sucks, but it is what it is. And as my father said, if you don't have nobody hating on you, you ain't done nothing. So that's how I just feel like, thank you. I appreciate it. It must mean I'm doing something right, because you're out here hating on me for no reason. You don't even know me. And that's how I think about it. But I try not to take it personally and just keep it pushing. Life's too short to be dwelling on negative stuff.
Yeah. All right. Very well said.
So we'll finish. We'll take about maybe 5 more minutes or 7 more minutes, and we'll get through the rest of these, and we'll finish on a good note, right?
So the Black Book said, for me, I'm aiming to move to IT Park in Cebu.
It's a good. A lot of expats there. A lot of foreigners there. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Kathleen said, "Happy Father's Day to you, Joey, and to all the fathers here in the live stream." Maganda. Jay said, maganda at matalino ang babae mo. I'm not sure who are you referring to, but maganda is beautiful, matalino is intelligent or smart. All right.
Okay.
So, Morris said, happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Thank you, Morris.
Yes, Rodney said, I would like to meet you guys when I come over at the end of the year.
Rodney, quit tripping, bro. You know that's going to happen. You know it's going to happen for sure, right?
Sure.
We will make that happen. Right? Okay.
Chosen One said, Filipino men don't struggle. Everybody makes the same wage. They don't know any different.
It's a good way to think about it. It's a good way to think about it, right? I still don't get the connection. I still don't get, if there's that much of a struggle, why are we making so many children?
I'm about to say that.
I don't understand that. I mean, there's the practicality thing and the pragmatic side where I say, well, kids cost money. We know kids cost money and time.
But why are you
why are we making a whole bunch of them if you don't have that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cultural maybe, but maybe a whole different show.
Yeah. And maybe a lot of times they think just at the moment, not thinking about the future. I heard that before.
Right.
All right. Slick Rick said, chosen it does. People have been calling all show long. You
Yeah,
called
we
the
got
same number last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry to
I
cut
think.
you off. We're chosen. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on between so that why the number isn't working for you. And chosen one. First thing I would ask is, do you have WhatsApp? Are you calling via your WhatsApp? Because I know that should make it easier. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not
Yeah,
working, but we'll have to figure
it
that
is
out.
a mystery.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So we will figure that out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Black
So,
box.
the black box said, I have a pension and SSI,
Social Security.
Social Security. Thank you. So I'm good, but if anyone doesn't have a consistent income, it will be very hard.
Believe that. Believe that. You should plan ahead. You should have a savings. You should have an income. It takes planning. It just shouldn't be something you do willy nilly and come here. You should have a plan coming here if you plan to be here for long term. Right?
All right. Lol. Okay. All right. So Bird Dog said, sadly, there are many with degrees. There are many with degrees there, but they struggle to pass the civil test there and cannot work on their desired fields. Yeah, here in the Philippines, for you to be able to work on a government agency, you need to pass the civil service exam.
Right.
And if
I heard it's hard.
Yeah,
I heard
it
it's hard,
is.
yeah.
And also the licensure examination. For example, if you're a professional, you have to take up the licensure examination before you get to work professionally.
And I just want to point out, even after you do all of that, you should be sure that's what you want to do, because when you find out how much you'll get paid after you pass that exam, that might be that might deter you from wanting to study that hard or put that much work into taking that exam, passing that exam, and moving forward. I'm just saying, it behooves you to do all your research ahead of time.
Yeah, but it gives you stability. You know, the security of tenure is there if you are licensed and if you have a certain certificate. But the pay is a different story.
It's a whole different ballgame, right?
Yeah. So Maury said, chosen one, go into your contacts and modify how the number is saved in WhatsApp. It makes the difference.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we will figure out how to get you on chosen one.
Yeah.
We definitely like to get you on.
I think we had him last week. He called in last week. And
yeah, it worked last time.
Yeah.
I thought we had a problem, but we figured it out. I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure either.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
All right. So Hood J, said, referring to Cheng, maganda and matalino ang baba. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment, Hood J.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So Slick Rick said, chosen during that time on, I'm not sure what PA means.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, thank you. Pennsylvania. You didn't show your face, but they allowed it that one time because it was you. They just posted a pic. Okay. Got it. All right. Oh, Tracy Laurent. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Tracy? A new name. New name in the house. We appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you.
And I think we're getting to the bottom of it. I think we're getting to the bottom.
Yes,
we have reached the bottom.
bottom.
Thank you. So, you know, I don't know how entertainment this live stream was, but what I do know is that we had a plethora of questions, and we wanted to be able to answer the questions. We want people to feel like we're not answering questions or we don't care. So we finally got to answer a lot of the questions. There's still like a whole bunch we haven't even got to, right? Right.
Let me give you another.
Yeah, no, you know, I don't know, no bottom. You know what I want? I want another. Give me another BJ. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. Ooh, I love those. I love those. All right.
Yeah, but before you say anything, I would like to take this opportunity because, as you know, he's been lively and all that, but he's been a little under the weather, and he's sick, and you're still a little bit. But I would like to take this opportunity for thanking you and giving, all the props to you because you've been working hard and you deserve all the good things in the world. You deserve happiness, you deserve peace. And I know that at certain times, I am a bit of a headache to you. I'm stubborn, I'm a little hard-headed, but you know that my intentions are always good, and I really want the best for you. And I just want to appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. I love you so much, and thank you for everything that you do, not just for me, but for the boys. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm so I know sincere with.
No, I know you're sincere. I know you sincere. I never doubt your sincerity. Thank you, baby. Thank you so
You're
much.
so
Right.
sarcastic.
No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm serious. I always appreciate your sincerity. For sure. Right? Okay. All right. I think they're working on Raymond said he's a little under the weather
Hello,
too.
Raymond.
Raymond, I think there's a bug going around, bro. I really do. So hopefully it didn't do to you what it did to me. Actually, I had like muscle aches. I had a fever, and then some chills, and then a headache. So yeah, it kind of sucked, but I'm getting over it. All right, it's time for us to go do this other thing, the charity thing. I'm looking forward to this. I'm curious as to how it's going to turn out.
Yeah,
You guys,
I am
we're
too.
about to head out to Tondo, and if you know anything about Tondo, if you don't know, Google it. We're about to head out to Tondo, and we're going to do a charity thing. Some of it we're going to film, and hopefully it will go well. But that's the first thing. We also have our Caritas thing from Manila, but Tondo is today, and this is going to be interesting. So yes, Catlin, Tondo in Manila. So let's see how this turns out. We'll be filming it, and we'll get a chance to share it with you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So so thank you guys so much. Yeah, we will be careful. We will be careful, big boss. I've never been to Tondo. And
I already give him some heads up.
So, and I know Cheng is a little apprehensive, but we're gonna, my head's gonna be on a swivel, and it's gonna be interesting
for sure. They have pagpag and Tondo.
Yeah, there's lots of it, and I won't be asking for them to share it. Yeah, I won't be asking for them to share it, and hopefully we'll provide a little something where they won't need to eat pagpag.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so thank you guys again for joining us. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. If not all of them, there's still a ton actually that we never even got to, but we try our best. Yes. Thank you guys. We love you guys so much. Anything before you go?
Happy Father's Day. And again, thank you for taking the time in joining us in our live stream. Thank you so much.
Right. All right. Thank you. Mutual ground. Right. Okay. I'm not being mean. So you guys, thank you so much. Chosen One, we're gonna get you figured out. Hey, Chosen One, can you give me a number, maybe offline? You can, if you don't feel comfortable sending it here, just put it in our email, and I will try to call you, and we'll work out this call thing so that in our next live stream, we'll make sure you're able to call in. Okay?
Yes.
All right, we'll figure it out. We'll get you taken care of. Right? Thank you guys. We love you guys.
In the meantime.
In between time, I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Chang. Deuces. Happy Father's Day.
And look, if we don't come back, look for us in Tondo. Go to Tondo, look for it. If you don't
no,
know
seriously, we need
look for us in Tondo. That's where you go to find us, right? So hopefully it should be okay. But we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, you guys. Love you guys. And last thing, since this is the last week that people are able to, if you're interested in donating to Caritas Manila, this is the last week that we're accepting any donations. So if you're interested in doing that, please feel welcome to donate at your leisure. So thank you very much. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, deuces.
Deuces.
I'm gonna give some special gift.
What special gift? To
later
who?
To you.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah. Anyway. All right. Talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Bye.
We're out.